York Revolution is on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Onto the track, it is gone! It's gone!
Revs Baseball is brought to you by WellSpan Sports Medicine, PeoplesBank, Shipley Energy, Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, Maple Donuts, Harvey's Rental, Flying Feet, Kochman Kunkel Insurance Group, Broadway Transmission, Dasher Investment Services, Smith Wealth Advisory Group, Royal Manchester Golf Links, Dutch Apple Dinner Theater, York County Bar Association, Lidl, CBD Supply MD York, Crunch Fitness, Columbia Gas, York County Solid Waste Authority, PSECU, and by the Pennsylvania Lottery.
Deep left center, it is gone! Swing and a miss, he struck him out! Base hit! Revs win!
Now, with the call of today's game, here's the voice of the York Revolution, Daryl Henry.
Good afternoon, everyone, from PeoplesBank Park here in downtown York. Welcome to games number 2 and 3 of the 2021 season. Today, it's a double dip following Friday's scheduled opener that was rained out. 2 7-inning games today as the 1-0 York Revolution play host to the High Point Rockers. Hi again, everybody. Daryl Henry alongside Ray Jensen. Welcome to Revs Baseball. It is another cloudy and chilly, take your pick, either fall-like or early spring-like day here at PeoplesBank Park. But you know what, Ray? It's game day. And after what we've gone through the previous 20 months, today is A-OK. And last night was a fantastic way to get back at it.
Yeah, you'll get no disagreement here, Daryl. And while it was really cold last night, the Revs bats were red hot, especially in the first inning with 5 runs on 5 hits. We're a little quiet from then on, but you got to love what you saw from the pitching and in the field from York last night.
I think there's only one other opener or home opener that I would put up against last night in terms of worst weather. It was 2016 when we honored the 10th anniversary team, and we managed to get that game in, and we had our first ever opening day rain out, of course, the night before, but last night was truly special. A 5-2 win for the Revs, came out with a 5-run first inning. Alex Sanabia was just brilliant in his first start. So was the bullpen that followed him, and we'll have some of the highlights from last night's win coming up in our next segment. Today we'll see Duke Von Schaman against former Revs lefty Luke Westfall in Game 1. Game 2 will be left-hander Austin Nicely making his Revs home debut, and right-hander Ricky Knapp going for High Point. And last night's game, Ray, a lot to love. It was a little bit of everything, pitching, defense, and early in the game, the hitting. They weren't able to score after that first inning, but they did have pressure on High Point's pitchers all throughout the night.
Yeah, not a lot of 1, 2, 3 innings at all for the Revs offense. They were reaching, whether it be errors in the field or working walks against High Point's pitching, which really couldn't find any sort of rhythm after Stem left after the first 3 innings. Meanwhile, Sanabia, he was locked in, kept the Rockers to just 1 hit through his first 5 innings, ran into a bit of trouble in the 6th and had the Revs bullpen take over from there, but 2 inherited runners allowed the score, and that's it from the Revs bullpen last night. Terrific debut for them.
We've got some milestones approaching. If they sweep this doubleheader today, it'll be the 900th win in York Revolution history. 3 away from 500 here at home. Mace is now 5 away from 500. So there's some interesting stuff here early this season, and the Revs looking to build off their 1-0 start from last night. Again, it's cloudy, it's chilly, temperatures will be in the low 50s, but it looks like the threat of rain throughout the day that we had been looking at in the days previously seems to have broken apart. Should be just cloudy and cold, should not be any issue with the rain as it turns out. We had a very light drizzle here, maybe an hour and a half ago or so, but good to go on time for this one with 2 7-inning games and a first pitch at 2 p.m. Coming up on the pregame show, we'll hear from Mace in just a bit. We've got highlights from last night straight ahead. And between games of our doubleheader today, we'll hear from Revs President Eric Menzer on all of the new things going on in the Atlantic League and around PeoplesBank Park here this season. Once again, first pitch today for Day 2 And games number 2 and 3 of the season set for 2 p.m. right here on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
There's a lot of talk out there about good health care. We all want a good plan. But step outside and take a good look at all those beautiful trees and shrubs in your yard. Do you have a plan to maintain their good health? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care has a veteran staff of 12 fully licensed and trained tree health care professionals to rely on, including 10 certified arborists and 3 PA certified horticulturalists. So don't let your trees and shrubs fend for themselves against Mother Nature. Visit heritagelawnandlandscape.com and get world-class care right in your backyard.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank has been serving the community for more than 155 years, always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make our communities great, and to you having a great time at PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Remember when an app was listen only? Oh yeah, that was kind of us, wasn't it? Well, we have a new app. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores and take Sports Radio 1350 on the go like never before. Listen on the go like always, and now get easier access to archived games and programs on demand. Watch WOYK game broadcasts on YouTube and so much more. Search the new WOYK on the Apple and Google Play stores and download today. It's not just an app, it's a lifestyle. Sports Radio 1350. First in York, first in sports.
Hey business owners, don't miss your opportunity to reach and meet local job seekers during the 2021 York Hiring Fair. In partnership with the York Revolution, Sports Radio 98.9, and York Cooperative Job Fair, the York Hiring Fair will be held at PeoplesBank Park on June 17th. Recruitment campaigns include radio advertising, social media, web, and in-person connections on the day of the event. Deadline to enter is June 1st. Space is limited. Register online today at yceapa.org.
Downtown's ready. Are you? The Revs play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Revs hosting the High Point Rockers not once but twice here today, and last night was another one of those magical nights here at PeoplesBank Park that we will always remember. And just getting back on the field was victory enough last night. Even if they would have lost the game, it would have been memorable just to get back to it after all we've been through. It certainly means more than just baseball for people in this area, but the game itself was pretty fantastic. And if you weren't with us, it was a huge first inning for the Revs to come out of the gates. Runners will have the head start. Here's the stretch and the pitch. And a swing and a hard ground ball. Base hit left field. Dotel scores. Here comes Rodriguez. 2-0 York. Josh Vitters with the 2-out, 2-run single to left. And the Revs have scored in their first inning of the 2021 season. It's a 2-0 lead here on opening night. And they were far from finished. And the 0-2 swing and a well-hit ball, right field. Mitchell over, has to play it off the wall. Another run scores. Franco touches home. Throw to second late, and Crawford slides in with the RBI double. 3-0 York here in the first inning on opening night. And before it was done, they would end up setting a franchise record for first inning runs in an opener and tying the record for a home opener with 5. 1-0. Swinging a ground ball the other way. Off Morrison's glove, and that's into right center. 2 more runs will score. 5-0 York here in the first inning on opening night. Carlos Castro, a seeing eye 2-run single. He chopped it through the right side of the infield. Morrison had to go right off the tip of his glove, and it deflected past Arroyo, who couldn't keep it in the infield either. And a 5-run first. Yeah, the other 5-run first in a home opener was 2017. Couple of the big performers on offense last night. Nelly Rodriguez reached all 5 times. So did Chris Vasquez. And for Vasquez, it was his pro debut.
A 1-2 pitch and a swing and a line drive, base hit to right. First pro hit for Chris Vasquez. And Castro up to second. Vasquez has been on both times tonight. A walk and a single behind in the count. And he stayed right on it and shot it the other way.
Alex Sanabia was great. Took a 1-hit shutout into the 6th inning. The bullpen behind him was stout as well.
Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. High fastball at 94 sits him down. And 2 strikeouts and a scoreless 8th for Bobby Rossman in his Revs debut here on opening night.
And in the 9th, Jim Fuller looking to finish off a magical opener here at PeoplesBank Park.
Now set to go. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a bouncing ball first base. Nelly's got it. He'll take it to the bag. Game over. And the Revs win on opening night 5-2. Baseball's back, baby. Jim Fuller with the save in his Revs debut. And the Revs in their first game in 609 days have their first win in 613 days. September 24th, 2019 was the last.
Yep, it was pretty special. Great way to get back at it last night. You've heard how it played out. Let's hear from Mace and get his thoughts coming up. He is meeting with Jamie Keefe to exchange lineup cards for Game 1 as we speak. Revs hosting the Rockers coming up shortly. Duke Von Schaman against Luke Westfall in Game 1 today. And we'll hear from Mace on the Broadway Transmission Managers Report up next.
Shadowfax is committed to helping people with intellectual disabilities live an everyday life in their home and community. Currently, Shadowfax is seeking applicants of a passion for making a difference, one person at a time. Open positions include Residential Direct Support Professional, LPN, Day Services Community Participation Support, Residential Scheduler, Training Manager, and more. Shadowfax offers comprehensive benefits packages and a $1,000 sign-on bonus for most positions if hired before August 1st. For a full list of open positions and pay rates, visit shadowfax.org. Shadowfax, building relationships, creating possibilities. Shadowfax is an equal opportunity employer.
Catch the Revs all season on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse for the latest on your York Revolution and tonight's matchup. It's time for the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. Now, here's the manager of the Revs, Mark Mason.
All right, Mace, so it was like 50 degrees, constant mist, but it was game day. It was opening night. What was it like to be back out there?
Other than cold, it was great. It was great to see the amount of fans we had last night in the bad weather. And, the players, I don't think they even noticed it that much. They were having a great time down there. And it was a lot of excitement. And it was a little alien to get back in the dugout in that environment. But, it's like riding a horse, I think, or a bike, whatever it is. Once you get back in there, it's you get real comfortable.
And we had to wait an extra day, but it was well worth the wait with that first inning offense, Mace, wasting little time getting runs on the board.
That's true. I wasn't expecting 5 out of the gate. I mean, that was really nice, and and then they never really had a clean inning, I don't think, on us. We pretty much had guys on base all night. We didn't score any more after the first inning, but we had opportunities, and early in the year, that's what we're looking for: chances. And getting runners on base is the first part of that.
Tough conditions, and despite that, Alex Sanabia was outstanding in his first start.
Yeah, I'm sure Alex would take that start every time out there, and so would we. That was mid-season form. I was really pleased, and the pitch count got up there, but there was really no stress until the 6th inning when he came out. But no, he just had really good command of 2 pitches, and the third one was he was showing it and did a great job keeping everybody keeping them off balance.
And the bullpen taking it from there, very good as well. Got to see Fry, Fuller, as well as Rodriguez included in that. Good things all around I saw out there. What do you think, Mace?
Yeah, I agree. It's the first time for everybody, even though we played 2 exhibition games. When you're out there now, the adrenaline. I know Brandon Fry. He was pretty pumped up. I had to go out there and try to calm him down a little bit. But and then Alberto, I give him a tough situation. First time out of the gate, he inherits bases loaded, and that's not really the way you want to indoctrinate a guy into the season. You'd like to have him a clean inning where he starts with nobody on and nobody out. But, he did a good job. He minimized the damage here because that could have been a big inning for them. And we were able to stuff it at 2 and then close it out from there.
Clean defense as well, and the busiest guy was the guy that played second base for the first time, Josh Vitters.
Yeah, Vitters had a really nice game at second base, and we did not use him there at all during camp. Once Caliste got signed, I talked to Josh about, would you be willing to move over there and try it? And of course, he said he was willing to do anything for us, and that gives him an opportunity to show his versatility too, which he did last night. So, that was awesome. And, then we have to talk a little bit about Bubby Rossman. Bubby Rossman's throwing the ball 94, 95, 96 miles an hour. That was very impressive. And then, Jimmy Fuller comes out and pretty much picked up right where he left off in 2019. So, yeah, it was the back end of the game was really impressive for sure.
And Vitter's partner to his right at shortstop, Chris Vasquez, a very impressive pro debut for him, reaching all 4 times at 2 base hits. Had to be impressed of him.
Yeah, we were. When he got the first hit, I took the ball. I was going to throw it in the stands, but then I said, "Oh wait, we're not allowed to do that because of COVID." No, I'm just kidding. The guys in the dugout, they were like, "Mace, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Nah, here, take the ball." I know, but I think he was on base every at bat, right? He was on base all 4 times. I think Nelly Rodriguez was on every time. So a lot of high on base percentages yesterday, and I think especially for Vasquez to get the first professional hit out of the way, to get the first defensive play out of the way, now maybe can relax a little bit and kind of ease into the game better.
Now, we didn't get a chance to talk about it yesterday, but Justin Twine in the morning goes to Miami, AAA for the first time, and then you promptly sign Andrew Dundon, who gets here in the afternoon. But another busy day roster-wise, and more good news for an Atlantic League alum now before the season even started.
No, exactly. We're thrilled. We're thrilled to be able to get our players signed. It's definitely an odd year with the amount of signings. Usually this happens a month into the season, but I don't know where we're at now, maybe 30 guys or something like that, 32, whatever it is. But that's great for our players, and that actually makes our guys hungrier, and they want to keep working because they never know when the next call is going to be for them. So I think that's the attitude right now across the board in the league in general. The players are all looking for that phone call that's coming more rapidly now than ever.
You got Duke Von Schaman, Austin Nicely, your starters today. How'd they throw in camp? What are you looking for from them?
Well, I thought they both threw the ball well in camp. Duke, he saw hitters, live hitters a couple times, and Austin, a couple times as well. But it's still like first time out. So we're I have a meeting with the pitchers every day, and basically what I tell them is, just throw strikes. Right now we're just focusing on getting the ball over the plate and let the hitters swing the bat. We're not. You don't want to try to trick a lot of people because that runs your pitch count up, and next thing you know, you're 3-2 on every hitter. And I think we're still trying to figure out the TrackMan strike zone that we saw last night. It changed in the middle of the game for some reason, and the top part of the zone seems to be a lot higher than advertised that it was supposed to be. So I don't know if that's a technical thing or what, but once again, that was game 1, day 1. So we'll see what happens with TrackMan today.
And a familiar face in the first lefty starter you'll see in the year, and Luke Westfall. What do you expect to see from him?
I expect to see the same Luke that we've seen here before. He's going to throw the ball hard. He has good velocity, and then he uses his change up and maybe one other off-speed pitch. But I think now as a starter, he's probably going to throw more than 2 pitches. I think he tried to throw 3 pitches when he was here as a reliever, but basically he's a 2-pitch guy. So we'll see if he shows anything else.
All right, Mace, thanks a lot. Good luck today.
Thank you.
All right, Revs manager Mark Mason, and among the approaching milestones, that win last night, the 495th of his career as manager here in York. Quick look at our injury report brought to you by WellSpan Sports Medicine. The Revs are all in good shape heading into this one here today. Knock on wood, keep that going. And High Point, as far as we know, is in the same boat. So good news on that front here early this season. Our weather report brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Temperatures expected to be in the low 50s here today. 55 degrees is what it says on the stadium board. And I know sometimes with the daylight hitting where that thermometer is located, that can creep up a little bit higher than it actually is. And the app on my mobile has been reading low 50s throughout the day, so we shall see. Right now it says 51 degrees and feels like 49. So that's just outstanding. As the Revs get set to take the field here for game number 2 of the season and the first of our doubleheader here today. 2 7-inning games. Duke Von Schaman, a 10-game winner for the Revs last season, making his 2021 season debut, and Luke Westfall going for High Point. And Ray Westfall was a pretty good starter in the American Association. He's trying to get that to translate to a new role here in the Atlantic League this season. Will be an interesting matchup for sure.
Yeah, it certainly will be. 198 strikeouts in 2 seasons of the Chicago Dogs in the American Association. He's now stretched out fully as a starter. It's a matter of just pitching as effectively in the Atlantic League.
Now the Revs have taken the field. We've got our national anthem coming up here. We will stay on and listen in on that as we get set for this doubleheader today, 2 7s. And by the way, tomorrow, Memorial Day evening, weather should be about as good as can be.
Late last year, we were sad to announce the passing of a Revolution's family member and a local hero. Longtime season member Doug Dubinsky lost his battle with COVID-19. Doug was a York County EMT for more than 30 years, and he was a regular fixture at Revs games along with his wife Penny and stepdaughter Brianne. For so many of our games, Doug served double duty as both a passionate Revs fan and one of the EMTs in the First Aid Station right here at PeoplesBank Park. In recognition of Doug's decades of service to our community, his compassion for his fellow Yorkers, and his love for our game, all of us at PeoplesBank Park and the York Revolution are honored today to commemorate Doug through the unveiling of the Doug Dubinsky First Aid Room. And we now ask that you direct your attention to the Appel Memorial Lawn beyond center field, where we have placed more than 80 flags of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. The flags you see each represent 10 people in York County whose lives were taken by COVID-19. And now we ask you to join us in a moment of silence for the more than 800 neighbors and loved ones we lost. Thank you.
And now, performing our national anthem, presented by Americhoice Federal Credit Union, please welcome the 50th anniversary edition of the Central York Middle School Colonial Fife and Drum Corps. The CYMS Fifes and Drums will be celebrating their 50th anniversary by hosting the first Capital Fife and Drum Muster right here in PeoplesBank Park on October 2nd, 2021. The muster will bring fife and drum corps from around the country to York for a weekend of history, music, and family-friendly fun and entertainment. We hope you'll join us in October for this historic event, and please stop by the Fifes and Drums table for more information. For all your financial needs, from saving to borrowing, AmeriChoice is there for you. Visit AmeriChoiceDOT.org/Revs for a special membership offer today.
All right, the Central York Middle School Fife and Drum Corps all the way out in center field performing our national anthem before today's game, and of course the moment of silence and remembrance of Doug Dubinsky, and those were some of the ceremonies that would have taken place here on Friday night had weather cooperated. Some of the things moved to tomorrow, some things moved to today. Remembering those who we've lost here over the past year due to COVID. The Revs have it taken the field, and Duke Von Schaman going through his warm-ups. The Rockers lineup brought to you by Flying Feet. Same as last night. They will have Cesar Trejo in center field leading things off. James McGowan is in left field hitting second. Logan Morrison at first base bats third. Jared Mitchell in the cleanup spot is playing in right field. Michael Russell at third base hits fifth. Logan Moore will do the catching and bat sixth. Edwin Arroyo at second base is hitting seventh. Jared Edmondson, the designated hitter, bats eighth. And Giovanni Alfonso at shortstop will hit ninth. Again, it's Trejo, McGowan, Morrison, Mitchell, Russell, Moore, Arroyo, Edmondson, and Alfonso facing Duke Von Schaman here today. The Revs lineup, it'll be Darian Sanford in center field leading things off. Wellington Dotel, the DH, hits second. Melky Mesa in left field bats third. Nelly Rodriguez, first base, hitting cleanup. Carlos Franco at third base bats fifth. Josh Vitters at second base will hit sixth. And it's Rashad Crawford in right field batting seventh. Tyler Hill does the catching and hits eighth. Chris Vasquez at shortstop is batting ninth. We're set to go on a chilly afternoon. Our Dasher Investment Services first pitch. It is over for a strike, and we are underway. A 2:09 start, right on time. Strike one on Trejo. Game time temp 51 degrees. And again, feels like 49. Here's the 0-1. And it is just outside. Again, our weather brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Trejo, the Rockers center fielder, 2 for 4 with a run scored and a walk last night. Pitch, he swings, hits it in the air, right field. Crawford on the move toward the line. He lays out and can't get it. And it is foul, I believe. Yes, it was. Trejo cuts off his route near second, and he will come back to the plate. Nate Caldwell, the first base umpire, signaling no catch, but we couldn't see where it landed, and it was foul down by the Revs bullpen area. Now they dodged that bullet. And our plate ump, PJ McConville, is trying to adjust his TrackMan receiver. It must have come loose as he was running down to help with that call. Derek Moshe is the third man of this crew. He's over at third base. 1 ball, 2 strikes after all of that. The wind, the pitch, and a swinging a little floater back at first. Nelly out, it lands. It's a base hit. Now Duke jams Trejo, but he bloops it in over near the right field line. Has a bloop base hit to start off the proceedings. The Rockers with only 5 hits last night, and Trejo had 2, so he now has 3 of their first 6 this season. Duke Von Schaman last year, 10-7, a 3.51 ERA in 22 starts. And he will face James McGowan. Nelly holding Trejo in a move over. He was moving towards second and dives back in. He was on the shuffle. No way to know that, but had Duke moved over maybe a half second sooner, he might have had him. Here's the first pitch to McGowan, and it misses down and away on the lefty. The Revs are in their alternate Navy jerseys here today. The white stripe through the middle where Revs is printed. Gold accenting. Move to first, and again he dives back. And the Rockers, what are they wearing?
A two-tone jersey of some kind. White on top, gray on the bottom?
Yeah, like a nice charcoal as it gets to the waist. Here's a swing and a well-hit ball to deep right. Crawford is back to the track, and it short hops the wall. Trejo at third. He will be held, and he runs right through the stop sign, and the ball gets loose. He scores anyway, and it's 1-0 on an RBI double from James McGowan. Here, two batters in. Boy, Jamie Keefe, he was backpedaling toward the plate, and I don't know if Trejo just never picked him up or couldn't see him because Carlos Franco was kind of blocking the sight line, but Trejo ran right through the red light. A good throw in, or a ball that would have been caught, I guess. Would have had no business scoring, but I'm not sure if the throw was off or it just wasn't caught. I looked up and it's rolling towards second as Logan Morrison swings and foul tips the first one straight back. Strike one. High Point with their first lead. Morrison has been dubbed the K-Man today. Here's the 0-1, and it's in the dirt. Hill blocks it over to the right. He stumbled trying to get to it, and McGowan will move up on the wild pitch. And not the cleanest start for the Revs here so far. There was no error on that throw in that trickled loose in the infield, but I've got to think had they been able to secure it, they'd have had a chance at Trejo, who just flat out ignored the stop. Here's a swing and a fly ball, straight away center. This should score the run. Sanford lines it up, catch is made, but McGowan will tag and score easily, and it's 2-0 on Logan Morrison's sac fly. Backdoor breaking ball from Duke, and Morrison, the long-time Major League vet, timed it up pretty well to hit it to straightaway center and drive in the run. That is the first out. And here is Jared Mitchell. Revs held Morrison 0 for 3 and Mitchell 0 for 3 last night. 3 and 4 in the order as Duke misses high on him. Mitchell did have a walk in last night's game. The wind and the 1-0. And a swing and a foul tip, bounce behind the plate. Von Schaman back to his windup now. No base runners. Has his first out of the day, but a 2-0 High Point lead to start off. And here's the 1-1. Backdoor hook, and it is a called strike. It's sliced back, or hooked back, I should say. Sliced the plate, and it's 1-2. He's got good movement on that backdoor hook, even the one he threw to Morrison. He deals, and a swing and a miss. He followed it with the high fastball, and that's out number 2. One of the terms that they use now with pitchers is tunneling, and it's basically shaping your pitches to look the same from the release point and location, and he followed that breaking ball with a fastball right out of the same slot. Set it up perfectly. Here is Michael Russell now, who takes it inside. Russell last night drove in both of their runs, a 2-run double in the 6th. He was 1 for 4. Grounded out the other 3 times. Pitched to him, a breaking ball, and it bends back and clipped the inside corner, called strike. And again, Duke, a good slider here in the early going, it looks like. Started that one at the right-hand hitter. Next one is grounded to third base. Franco's got it cleanly. Throw across is low, and Nelly helps him. Makes the pick at first base, and the inning is over. 2-run score, though, on 2 hits, nobody left. And at the end of a half inning, it's the Rockers 2, the Revs coming up.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission again, and this time I have things on my mind, like warranty and service after the repair. You already know Broadway Transmission has been part of the community for 67 years at the same location. But did you know that in that time, your county has seen many transmission shops close its doors, like
Amco,
Atomic,
Clutch and Go,
Dr. Transmission,
Cotman,
York County Transmission,
Winters,
Goodlings,
Lee Miles,
A1.
What grinds my gears about these closings are the customers are left with no warranty. Stop! Don't make that same mistake. Broadway Transmission has over 40,000 transmission jobs under our belt, and we are still here today standing behind our famous 3-year warranty. We kid around a lot on our ads, but nothing is funny about having no warranty when you need it. Avoid that risk with the only smart choice in all of your county and stop by Broadway Transmission today. Broadway Transmission will get your ship together and stand behind it too. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
I felt like my well-being was tied to the morning stock numbers. I wanted to invest, but grew tired of the stress of potential losing it all. A friend of mine suggested I talk to Tom Dasher about a fixed index annuity that could be a stable option while still seeing potential growth. Tom has been helping folks here in York County for over 30 years. Give him a call at 717-487-2096 to see if he can assist you.
Cannonball Charlie's ready. Are you? The Revs play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Two 0. High Point the early lead as Luke Westfall goes through his warm-ups. Our old pal came up in the Twins system, couple years here in York, and then went to the American Association where he became a starter. And now he will try to come back to the Atlantic League as a starter. Starts the second game for High Point. Again, the Revs line up Sanford, Dotel, Mesa, Rodriguez, Franco, Vitters, Crawford, Hill, and Vasquez. And I did get confirmation from Art, our sideline reporter, that cutoff man was missed on that throw. And would have had a chance at the plate, I've got to think, and then the wild pitch setting up the second run. So not the cleanest top half of the first inning, but the Revs will look to answer back. Here is Darian Sanford, who leads things off. He'll bat from the right. Westfall will go from the stretch. Oh, no, he won't. Looked like he was, and he steps sideways to the windup, delivers a strike down at the knees on Sanford to start things off. Darian in the opener last night, 1 for 5. And here is the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball away at 91. Got him to reach. Westfall, who throws it pretty much straight over the top. 6'3", 230-pound lefty. 31 years old from Clintonville, Wisconsin. And he steps back, fires, and a swing and a miss. High fastball gets Sanford, and a 3-pitch strikeout to start the day. Certainly enjoyed having Westfall here. He was part of the 2017 championship team, a reliever, and then was here in 2018. And the Revs had discussed maybe giving him a chance to start that year, but came in not quite built up initially, so it was back to the bullpen for that season. Here is Dotel DHing again. And the first pitch, he swings and he taps it softly toward third. It's foul. As Russell will let it roll gently into his glove. Dotel was 1 for 4 with a run scored last night. Westfall, who got as high as Double-A with the Twins. 2019 going to the American Association with Butch Hobson's Chicago Dogs. Really pitched well as a starter, bunch of strikeouts. He fires, and a swing and a dribbler foul. That hit Dotel's foot on the way down and rolls down toward Polo. Breaking ball, he fouled it right down off his foot. And Westfall with the fastball, changeup, and that breaking ball. And like Mace said, as a reliever, often use 2 pitches. As a starter, you've got to have at least 3. Dotel needing a moment to climb back in. Revs, who had 10 hits last night, 5 of those in that 5-run first inning. There's the wind, the 0-2, and a swing and a foul tip back to the net. Able to get to the high fastball at 92 and stay alive. Again, High Point's outfield really playing these Revs hitters hard the other way. They're way over toward right on Dotel. The wind and the pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. A slider and nothing but strikes for the most part so far from Westfall, who's got back-to-back strikeouts to start the day. Here in York, he had a better 2017 than 18. In 18, there were a couple relief outings that had gotten away from him. A lot of it seemed to be pitch selection, and he was released when Dustin Richardson became available. Ended up signing with Lancaster to finish that season. Here is Melky Mesa. First pitch taking, a fastball. That's over for a strike. As he looks back, mouth agape at the high strike call from Trackman. But there were some higher than that last night. Now the 0-1, and that's in the dirt. Mesa in last night's game was 1 for 5 with a triple. It's the 9th of his Revs career, tied for 6th all time. The wind and the 1-1, and a swing and a foul tip. That slider getting another foul tip. Dotel had hit one off his foot. Mesa chipped it off, I guess, the catcher Moore. As they have a chat. 2-0 High Point here in the first inning. Westfall nods yes and comes home, and it's a slider in the dirt. Mesa was kind of stepping toward it but kept the hands back. No need to appeal it. The Revs, after one night of play, second in the Atlantic League in hitting as a team, 286. Tops in defense, tops in pitching, giving up just 2 runs last night. Here's the 2-2. And a swing and a foul back against the netting. Another 2-2. Breaking ball, hit in the air, right field, shallow toward the line. Mitchell, a long run, and it fades foul down by the tarp. The Revs are looking to tee off again today, and you can too at Royal Manchester Golf Links. Play the best layout in Pennsylvania even when it's 50 degrees on the area's only Pure Links course. Book online at RoyalManchesterGolfLinks.com.
I've been noticing with Westfall in this bat against Mesa, he's been going down and in on him and kind of more going away. It was Dotel and Sanford's turn up.
Pitch to Malky in the dirt. Dump the slider up there, and Mesa works it full. How's your internet, Ray?
Pretty good. Then again, I just got a brand new laptop. Though you're not too far removed from getting a new laptop yourself.
Yeah, it needs some new internet, too. Apparently. It didn't come with that.
That's unfortunate.
Now the 3-2. Fastball, it is just low. Westfall started to march off, trying to sell it. Mesa started to run toward first, thinking ball 4. You cannot full TrackMan into a call. That thing's got no personality. And that'll bring Nelly Rodriguez to the plate. Nelly on base all 5 times last night. Single, double, 3 walks, and a run scored. Maybe hit him leadoff with that on-base percentage of 1,000. First pitch fastball is watched in for a strike. But then again, he's got about the most power in one man that is humanly possible, so cleanup works just fine. 127 homers in the Indian system as Westfall throws over. Oh, and by the way, we need to walk back. Well, there's no we. You weren't part of it. I need to walk back the anti-shift from last night. It's called the anti-shift. It's the pitch. It is high and away. 1 ball and 1. Never mind. It's called a strike as the ball was being thrown back to Westfall. Never mind. Need to walk that one back too. It's 0-2 as P.J. McConville frantically signals to get everyone's attention. Pitch to Nelly. It is up and in and called strike 3. So Westfall has struck out the side here in the first inning. And that'll leave some people scratching their heads. We'll get back to this shift thing coming up in the second. No runs, hits, errors, 1 man left. 2-0 High Point at the end of an inning.
Runners know the challenge. It's not the uncompromising weather. It's not the pounding repetition. It's not knowing how to dig deep as you start the climb of that last hill. For runners, the challenge is the discipline to keep running. Flying feet. Casual runners, amateur runners, hardcore runners, no matter what level runner you are, Flying Feet Sports Shoes is with you every step of the way. Flying Feet has become the leader in athletic footwear and properly fitting the feet of runners throughout Central PA. Flying Feet has become the leader in athletic footwear, properly fitting the feet of runners throughout Central PA. And that holds true whether you're training or racing on roads, tracks, or trails. For those searching for that discipline, Flying Feet provides the latest shoe innovations, the accessories and equipment, and the inspiration to keep on running. Greg Baum and his staff have the knowledge and the true understanding of what running is all about. As one local runner put it, Flying Feet is family, and all runners are welcome. Flying Feet. Flying Feet Sports Shoes, 1511 Melrose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Get the latest on the Orioles with the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by Dan Connolly. Mondays at 6 on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
A light mist coming down because apparently we've relocated to London. 2-0 High Point as we start the second inning. And the first pitch swinging from Logan Moore is drilled to right center. That's in the gap. Crawford tracking it down to the track. And he'll throw in as Moore pulls into second with a stand-up double on the inning's first pitch. Now the Rockers with their third hit. It's their second double. And back to that called third strike on Nelly. We've got the StatCast up, Ray, and it was, just under the letters, and I guess maybe it was within that half a ball off the corner in, so it would have been the upper innermost edge, but TrackMan gave it to them.
Yeah, both of those last two strikes on Nelly were borderline, no matter whether TrackMan or an ump calling it.
Perfect for Luke. Here's Edwin Arroyo, who chips the first one softly on the ground to first base. Nelly's got it and applies the tag, and Moore advances to third. So a productive out for Edwin Arroyo on the first pitch swinging. So back to this anti-shift that had me all thrown for a loop last night. It's called the anti-shift still, but back in 2019, you were not allowed to have more than two players on either side of the bag. This year, as it's written, you can have 9 fielders on one side of the bag if you want, but they've all got to have both feet in the infield dirt. So maybe we should call it the dirt rule. Here is Jared Edmondson, the DH, and he lays off up high from Duke.
Dirt foot would be pretty good as well. Combine the two concepts.
The no grass rule.
I got nothing. I'm done. Lacking creative energy on this Sunday.
Infield back for the Revs. There's the pitch, and a swing and a miss. Change up down and in. At least I think it was. We had some traffic right in front as that pitch was thrown. 1 ball, 1 strike. If he gets to 2 strikes, I wonder if they'd bring the infield in. Here it is. And it is a called strike 2. We'll see what Mace wants to do. 1-2. And he says keep him back. Here early in the game. It's a 2-0 High Point lead. Here's the stretch from Duke. Coming home. And it's down and outside. A change up there. Tyler Hill catching Duke here in Game 1 today. Castro, who was Austin Nicely's teammate in Evansville, will catch Austin in Game 2. Von Schaman to the plate. Breaking ball tried to backdoor it and missed away. And this one will go full. Giovanni Alfonso waiting on deck. And the payoff pitch, fastball, it is inside. Ball 4, and Edmondson is on. And first and third with 1 out. That missed by maybe a full ball in off the corner. Duke, who set a Rev single season record last year with just 1.1 walk per 9 innings. In the Frontier League the year before that, just 1.2. And just 1.9 for his pro career. First and third, here's Alfonso. First pitch swinging, he skies it to right. Crawford tiptoes in, lines it up, catch is made. He'll fire toward the plate, runner coming, and it's off. It hits the runner and rebounds away. Run scores to make it 3-0. As Logan Moore crosses the plate. The throw from Crawford was up the third base line, and Tyler Hill, he might have known that Duke was there to back up. He did not leave home plate. He would have run right into Moore. It actually hit Logan Moore's legs and redirected back toward the plate. On the throw, Edmondson takes second. 3-0 on the Rockers' second sac fly the first time through the order.
Unfortunately, we're not playing dodgeball rules, so. But Crawford of a heavy heave, he's got the arm just a little offline.
Runner at second, 2 outs. Here's Trejo back at the top, and a 2-seamer runs in and missed. Looped a single and scored in the first inning, and that was one of those at-bats where Duke was ahead, but Trejo, who got jammed, it was a good pitch, but he floated a bloop into right, And the wheels were churning right away. Here's the 1-0. And it misses down and in. Curveball there. The Rockers held to 2 runs last night, have a 3-0 lead here early today. Pitch, and a swing and a pop-up. Hill off with the mask, coming back toward the screen. Oh, he bangs into the wall padding and couldn't hang on. And he tried to catch it right as he was approaching the wall, and he fell right into that padding behind home plate. Fortunately, it's padding. I mean, he went shoulder and then face first into it and couldn't hang on. Now Trejo's at bat continues. It wasn't the highest pop-up, so he didn't have a ton of time to get there first, but he was upset with himself. Now asked for. There is an error on the board. I assume it was on that play. I'll have to ask the man who actually has internet to confirm that. Pitch is grounded, foul by the third base dugout, 2-2. Was not on Hill. The error was on the throw from Crawford on the sac fly that allowed Edmondson to move up to second base. So there you go. Now, humans are even better than the internet. As Greg Lloyd brought us the note. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball. It is just inside. Now, Duke started to march off thinking he had it. 3-2. Alrighty, here's the payoff. And it's down and away. Uncharacteristic second walk for Duke. I know that's not much, but in his 22 regular season starts last year, he had multiple walks only 5 times.
And his highest total in the season was 3 in his start against, who else? High Point.
They were a real thorn for the Revs last year, mostly down there. The Revs were just 3-7 in High Point. Here's McOwen, and he swings, chops one high off the dirt to first. Nelly backs up, plays the second hop, flips to Duke covering, and that ends the inning. 1 run scores, 1 hit, 1 error, 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the second inning. It's 3-0 High Point.
Everything you've worked for may be facing a hostile takeover, but step outside the boardroom and look around. Not taking care of business right now could leave you dealing with a hostile takeover by crabgrass later this summer. And broadleaf weeds are just beneath the surface, ready to take their share of your turf too. Prevent hostile takeovers. Call Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care and give your lawn a good, healthy start this year. Heritage Lawn can apply crabgrass pre-emergent and quality fertilizer now to fortify your lawn for later. HeritageLawnandLandscape.com. World-class care right in your backyard.
Ray Jensen here, and I'm joined by a diehard Rebs fan who's agreed to donate their time to talk the upcoming York Revolution season. Sir, what do you think of people who say Rebs fans are not the best fans in the world?
You're an idiot and you don't know baseball.
Ouch, but a fair comment. What would you say to all 120 York Revolution regular season games being broadcasted on radio?
Yeah.
Well, there's something we can all agree on. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, your home for the York Revolution.
Tee off this season on the best layout in Pennsylvania and experience Royal Manchester Golf Links, bringing you to the coast of the British Isles while never leaving your backyard. Our unique Pure Links layout in the Royal rolling hills of York County gives golfers an experience like none other, featuring 18 pristine holes with picturesque views of the countryside and consistently ranked one of the top public courses in the state. Also offering outings and event bookings. Book your tee time today at 717-268-0490 or nab our online specials at RoyalManchesterGolfLinks.com.
Your source for all of Friday night's action. Central PA Game Day with Steve Navaroli. Saturday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
This is Darian Sanford. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Reds. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
At the bottom of the second inning, 3-0 High Point with the lead here early. This date in York baseball history brought to you by the York County History Center with more than 90,000 artifacts highlighting nearly 300 years of York's impressive history. Your history starts here. For tickets and guided tours, visit online at yorkhistorycenter.org. And it was on this date in 2007 that two pitchers who dominated the first month in York Revolution history had their contracts purchased. Ryan Bearlocker to Atlanta. He was a starter. Closer Adam Thomas to Oakland. Thomas was back with York in 2012. Here is Carlos Franco to lead off. Left on left. Westfall fires a fastball just outside. And Franco held it hitless last night, but had 2 walks, scored a run. Vitters and Crawford do this inning as well. Pitch is swung on and missed. Big rip from Carlos. Westfall struck out the side in the first inning, did issue 1 walk, nothing put in play. Revs last night drew 8 walks, struck out 9 times. High Point struck out 11 times last night. The wind and the pitch, and it's up and in. And play Franco to pull in the infield, the outfield pretty straight up. The wind, the pitch, fastball, it is a little low. Did Long Island get rained out? Is that for sure? Thought I'd seen that.
That is indeed the case, according to AtlanticLeague.com.
Thank you, Ray.
Yes, sir.
So no Lexington Long Island game today. Here's the 3-1. It is over but low. Ball 4, and Franco is on to start the inning. 3rd time that he's walked here in the young season. Little look around the league brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. That game on the island postponed today. They are 1-1, so is Southern Maryland. In the North Division, the new alignment this year, Revs are 1-0, Lancaster 3-0. Here's Vitters. Drove in the first 2 of the season last night. First pitch swinging, and it's fouled away. 2-run single in the first. And would you believe that in his minor league career last night, his 675th game played, first time he played at second, he was great. Pitch to him, a fastball, it is low, and that'll even the count.
I'm getting used to Josh's routines and noticed he started the night with batting gloves but then went bare hands as the evening went on. As it got colder as well, I want to point that out.
Yeah. That was a night for only the gamers last night. Pitch is swung on and missed, a slider. 1-2 on Vitters. Vitters now 31 years old. His 12th pro season. The pitch, it is down and outside, a slider. Had never played second, at least according to Baseball Reference. Haven't had a chance to actually ask him to confirm that yet, but if the ref is accurate, the 2-2 swing, and he pops it up foul. This will find the stands off to the right. Sandy De Leon coaching at first, Polo at third. Sandy's got the new team-issued hoodie. Polo the jersey, but gloves. He looks like a conductor or a mime down there at third with bright white batting gloves against the black sleeves that he's wearing. The 2-2, foul tip, straight back, and it ricochets straight up in the air and caught by Logan Moore, who hardly had to move. P.J. McConville was protecting his head.
Back to Polo's white gloves. You can't say you didn't see the signals.
That's right.
Very contrasting.
2-2 it stays. Revs looking for their first hit. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Climbed the ladder. High heat. And Vitters with 2 strikes couldn't lay off. All 4 outs for Westfall have come on strikeouts. So far anyway, picking up where he left off in the American Association. He was a high strikeout guy in that league. Here is Rashad Crawford with 1 on, 1 out. Revs down 3-0 here in the second inning. And a move to first. That's got Franco hustling back. High Point did have a really good pitching season in their inaugural year, 2019. It's one of their strengths. Pitch is up and in on Crawford, ball 1. They led the league, a 3.74 ERA. A 1-0. Fastball, it is just off the outside corner. Crawford, who had an RBI double in the first inning last night, is 1 for 5 for the game. Pitch, it is a called strike. Down and on the inside edge, 2-1. I don't think he loved that, but I mean, TrackMan is going to call stuff that is technically a strike, but we're not used to seeing humans call it that way. Pitch, he swings and he skies it foul, left side. That is on its way into the seats. And, you know, the big thing is that the human eye can be fooled. TrackMan, on the other hand, no. Can't fool TrackMan. And it was off the plate by half a ball, but clipped the zone. Pitch to Crawford is foul tip, and that got Logan Moore. Breaking ball, and he foul tipped it, I think, right off the quad above where the shin guard would have been protecting. And he waved to the dugout that he's fine, no attention needed. He's taken a couple shots already today. Now the 2-2. Breaking ball, popped up, foul ground, coming back, and this is out of play. And they did design it this year that it would call a strike half a ball off either corner. And I'm fine with that. Nobody loves a tight strike zone.
And that last pitch, Westfall just threw it down the middle. Trying to go get it.
Pitch is up high and tight. So Crawford works it full, and Westfall, he's got a bunch of strikeouts, couple walks, but he's approaching 40 pitches here with 1 out in the second inning. Revs down 3-0. There's the stretch, the 3-2. Inside, Crawford kicks the back leg out of the way. He works a walk. That's walk number 3. He's gone strikeout, walk, strikeout, walk, strikeout, walk.
All part of the 3 true outcomes of an at-bat, them being walk, strikeout, or home run. 0 defense had to be played thus far in the field for the Rockers.
MLB not loving this game so far. Here is Tyler Hill. First pitch fastball, that's right over for a strike. The Hill making his Atlantic League debut here today. 3rd pro season. 24-year-old from Lancaster, Ohio. Here's the 0-1. And he swings and he fouls it back. It deflected off the top of the netting. And ricochets down to Art caught it! Our sideline reporter, Art, caught it. Raise it up. I mean, that's as good as one of us catch. And I'd rather that we don't. I'd rather keep it out there.
At least not in this weather.
Oss puts it away. There's the 0-2. Breaking ball slapped in the ground to first. Morrison backhands, throws to second. Alfonso will fake the return and hold it. Franco didn't budge. He'll stay at third, moving up on the play. So our first ball put in play comes from the 8th hitter in the Revs order. It's a fielder's choice. And it'll be first and third with 2 outs for Chris Vasquez. See if we can take advantage of some of these walks. Vasquez, who in his pro debut last night, reached base all 4 times, 2 singles, 2 walks, a stolen base. And trying to get the Revs on the board here. First pitch, breaking ball, and it dips a little low. Vasquez, a 25-year-old. And he was attending MLB tryouts last winter, early spring. And then had to wait a year. The pitch to him, a fastball. It is a called strike on the inner half. He would have been here last year. Mace was told by MLB scouting friends of his that they'd take him if they had a spot. If you have one, you should. Here's a breaking ball. That is over for a called strike, 1-2. Finally, a year later, getting to make his pro debut. Outfield plays him the other way. Mitchell and right, way toward the line. Westfall to the plate. Swing and a miss. Fastball got him at 93. 5 strikeouts for Luke Westfall through 2 innings. 2 more walks, but the Revs strand both. We go to the 3rd. Ray with the play-by-play. The Revs trailing 3-0.
Spring is in the air, and Harvey's Rental can get you prepared for what's ahead. With the biggest selection of steel products on the market, Harvey's Rental will get you set for your next home project. From lawn and garden equipment, pressure washers, post hole diggers, and more, Harvey's Rental has it all. Have a special get-together or graduation coming up? Harvey's Rental has what you need to make your party memorable. Visit them in person at 1409 South George Street in York or online at harveysrental.com.
At Donegal, we understand there are many costs associated with running a business. That's why Donegal works with you to provide quality insurance products based on your business needs, and why we deliver that insurance at a price to fit your budget. Call your local independent Donegal agent today and discover why, when it comes to insurance for your business, Donegal is a better value. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
Remember rushing to the newspaper in the morning to read all about that Revs game from the night before? Was it? Yeah, that was a long time ago. We barely remember that too. Sports Radio 1350 is your home for local sports, and we're taking care of that news void in your life. Get your York Revolution game articles delivered right to your inbox every morning, courtesy of WOYK. Simply log on to YorkRevolution.com and click to sign up to receive daily game recaps right to your inbox. Keep up to date every day as the York Revolution go for another Atlantic League title. We're your source for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Heading into the third inning of play here in Game 1 of a 7-inning twin bill here at PeoplesBank Park on this Sunday afternoon. Ray Jensen here on the call with you for the next 3 or so innings. It's a 3-0 High Point lead as we enter the top of the third. They have scored 3 runs on 3 hits. The Revs have no hits thus far. They have committed an error in the field. That's the line thus far for them. Duke Von Schaman to face Logan Morrison, Jared Mitchell, and Michael Russell. Start the third. First pitch from Von Schaman to Lomo in there for a strike. 0-1 the count to start Logan Morrison, who had the popular distinction here with the Revs crowd being the Rutgers K-Man of the game. On the count as Lomo flings in the next offering, checking towards right field. Rashad Crawford in a couple of strides retires it for out number 1. Just had a good friend Tom Dasher pass by the booth. So 1 up, 1 down for High Point here in the third. Brings up Jared Mitchell. Mitchell 0 for 1 thus far with a strikeout. In today's game, he was 0 for 3 last night, just a walk.
Jared Mitchell, right fielder.
Pair of former Rev and a current Rev facing each other here in the lefty-righty matchup. Von Schaman, the first pitch. That missed just outside, and the lefty Mitchell for a ball. 1-0 the count to start. Mitchell in his second plate appearance this afternoon. Duke, overhead delivery, the 1-0. Same location, just missed outside again. This time ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Schaman turns, the 2-0. Swung on by Mitchell, a ground ball to second. Vitters has it on a hop, throw over the first, and plenty of time to retire Mitchell for out number 2. So after allowing 3 runs on 3 hits in the first 2 innings, Duke starting to settle in here in the third, setting down Logan Morrison and Jared Mitchell consecutively in a fly-out and ground-out respectively. And it'll leave things up to Michael Russell to try to keep things alive for High Point. Ground out to end the first inning. His last time up. Solo hit last night was a big one. A 2 RBI double, which is the only run-producing hit for High Point last night. First pitch from Duke. Finds the zone for strike 1, like the lower half of the zone from here. 0-1 the count to start Michael Russell. The 0-1. Little check swing, but it's like it dipped inside, no appeal. 1-1 the count, moves up to the Rockers' third baseman. Hit 286 just a couple of seasons ago for High Point. This is the 1-1. Tracked further inside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Duke trying to work that inner side of the plate on righties, outside on lefties. Just hasn't gotten any production on that side. Now he goes more towards the middle on the 2-1. It's 2-1 the count, pardon me. Board is showing 3-1. 2-1 the count according to McConville. Von Schaman fires the next offering. Swung on by Russell. Ground ball snagged by Franco at third. Throw across in time, and that will retire the side. Franco had to spin a little bit, almost fell into a knee, but in plenty of time to recover and throw the strike to Nelly Rodriguez to get Russell out by a couple of steps. First 1-2-3 inning for the Revs defense today as we head to the bottom of the third, still a 3-0 High Point lead.
PeoplesBank is happy to sponsor the home of the York Revolution, PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank has been serving the community for more than 155 years, committed to helping their clients achieve their dreams and live confidently. That commitment continues at PeoplesBank Park with Revs games, concerts, events, youth sports, and much more. We're proud to partner with the York Revolution, and we look forward to seeing you at PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Shipley Energy is more than just an energy company. We're your friends, family, and neighbors, and have been serving the community for over 90 years. Whether you need energy for your home or for your business, we've got you covered. We can help keep you comfortable with all your heating needs, from heating oil to propane, electricity to natural gas. And if something breaks, like your air conditioning or furnace, we have a team of HVAC experts ready to fix it, so you can stay comfortable all year long. To learn more, visit ShipleyEnergy.com or call 855-5-SHIPLEY.
Need an excavating contractor for your upcoming project? Get it done locally and get it done right with Barnes & Barnes Incorporated Excavating. Locally owned and in business since 2005, Barnes & Barnes Incorporated Excavating is a small excavating and landscaping business offering demolition, excavating, landscaping, foundations, concrete, sewer and water hookups, lot clearing, welding, fabrication, and more. Located in Windsor at 30 North Blacksmith Avenue, Barnes & Barnes will get the job done right. Call Scott to schedule your project at 717-515-3495. That's 515-3495. Or email him at barnesbarnesscottinc@gmail.com. That's barnesbarnesscottinc@gmail.com.
Downtown's ready. Are you? The Revs play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Bottom half of the third inning here at PeoplesBank Park. Ray Jensen back with you. It's a 3-0 High Point lead as Luke Westfall out for more work. Through 2 innings thus far in his first start as a High Point rocker, he has 5 strikeouts, has issued 3 walks, and allowed a base runner outside of that as well to a fielder's choice hit by Tyler Hill, but nothing much else to speak of as the Revs have been no hit for the first 2 innings. Let's see what Darian Sanford, Wellington Dotel, and Melky Mesa can do with that here in the bottom of the third. Sanford 0 for 1 of a strikeout so far this afternoon. Ready to face the lefty Westfall. First pitch. It's called strike on the outer edge for strike 1. 0-1 the count to start Sanford. Switch hitter batting from the right side against the lefty Westfall. Saw Sanford hitting primarily from the left side against the righty Stem last evening. The 0-1. So on, it looked like he just got a piece as he fouled it back towards the backstop. Moved the count to 0 balls and 2 strikes. There's a slight wind blowing right to left. Now it's settled down a tad. Just a lot of gray clouds in the sky. Not the most beautiful day, but we'll certainly take it with no wet stuff in the area. Westfall steps meanwhile to 0-2. Bounces in the dirt and away from Moore to his right side for a ball. 1-2 the count it moves for Sanford. I heard Sanford's liner earlier in the broadcast. There's no hiding that he's a Missouri boy. And I'm used to that accent at home as my wife was born in Missouri. Still has that accent from time to time. You can't get rid of it. The 1-2 from Westfall. That is a call, strike 3. The outer edge, and Sanford down on strikes for the second time today, and out number 1 here in the third. PJ McConville at least raising the arm and doing the punch-out motion. Derek Moshe much more conservative in his movements behind the plate last night. Wellington Dotel now up for his second time, strikeout victim as well, back in the first for the second out-and-out inning. For those of us, or those listening who are radio only thus far, the fruit race was run in between innings as the first pitch, bounced in the dirt. For ball 1 of the counts, went apple, grapes, orange, for those curious. And I will say I missed the fruit race as much as I thought I was going to. I like that pickle, Daryl. Partner Daryl Henry chowing down during my innings. Can't blame him. The 1-0 from Westfall. And misses for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. You broke me already, Daryl. Darn it. 2-0 the count for the Revs. DH once again had the same duties last night. Most likely share right field of Crawford this season. It's a 2-0. Swung on and missed by Dotel for strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Every Revs hitter who started in the original 9-man order last night collected a hit. Mesa was the last one to do so. He is on deck. Did so in grand fashion with a triple, though. Dotel a single on that big first. A 2-1. Dipped low for ball 3, and the count runs to 3 balls and 1 strike. Dotel circling the two-tone bat in front, now waving Slightly behind and above the helmet. Next offering. Swung on and missed for strike 2 by Dotel, and the count now runs full. So they're falling slightly behind to Dotel. Westfall has worked it full. All but one of the batters he's faced has resulted in a non-3 true outcome, with the fielder's choice hit into by Tyler Hill. Everything else is either a strikeout or a walk. Now at 55 pitches, in fact, is Westfall. Payoff pitch, swung on by Dotel, and a base hit to shallow left field. Bounces in front of McOwen. He'll play it on the hop, but no throw as Dotel rounds first. Does the little Warner Brothers cartoon almost stutter step before going back. That's the second hit of Dotel here in 2 days, and starting to get back into regular season form for him as he's on first base with one out for now Melky Mesa. Melky's already reached safely today, worked a walk with 2 outs back in the first. Let's see what the Revs left fielder can do here against Westfall. First pitch, swung on and missed by Melky for strike 1. The two were teammates in York in 2018, which was Westfall's second year, Melky's first. Of course, Melky went on to win team MVP in that season. 2019 was, of course, the heavy hitter Telvin Nash. 0-1 the count to start Melky. Next pitch from Westfall. Upstairs for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike now for Melky. Melky even stance from the right side, now slightly open as he takes his stance before next offering. Westfall checking to Dotel. He gets back and looked at Nate Caldwell and told me, please, I got back in time. You're good, Dotel. You're good, buddy. I'll tell you what, Wellington Dotel cracks me up. 1-1 the count for Melky. Next pitch. Curve gets in there for strike 2. Got a nice break in the upper part of the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count now for Melky Mesa. We'll see these High Point Rockers one more time here at PeoplesBank Park. That'll be tomorrow, and that'll be it. The only travel to their place after the series is the 1-2. Swung on and missed by Melky Mesa for strike 3. And he's down on strikes for the second out here in the 3rd inning. That's now 7 strikeouts for Luke Westfall. We talked about his strikeout prowess in the American Association through the past 2 seasons. Almost 200 strikeouts between 2019 and 2020. And he is picking up where he left off from those seasons with 7 strikeouts here today in his first High Point start. Leaves it to Nelly Rodriguez to try to keep things alive for York. He also struck out to Westfall, struck out looking to end the first. Dotel with a very modest lead, get back in time. Plenty of time on the pickoff move from Westfall. Nelly last night was reached safely all 5 times he went to the plate. 2 for 2 with a double, and he worked 3 walks as well. Westfall on his stance. Now the first pitch towards the plate. Tracks inside, but not too inside to call the ball. Strike 1. 0-1 the count to start Nelly. Nelly not happy about it, but quickly back in and ready for the next offering from Westfall. Ball in the glove for him. Keeping a close eye on Dotel. Delivers to the plate. 1-0-1. Swung on and missed by Rodriguez for strike 2. 0-2 the count now for the Revs first baseman. Pitch was slightly up in the zone that Nelly swung and missed at. I wouldn't leave too many up there against Nelly. He certainly has the speed to go get him. 0-2 the count for Rodriguez. Westfall on the rubber fires the 0-2. Upstairs, and Rodriguez double checking. That is ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Westfall with the ball behind the back, getting his signs from Moore. Now steps off the rubber a tad with just 1 foot off. Now is ready as Rodriguez is back into the batter's box. Westfall Up near the chin, fires to 1-2. That missed low for ball 2. Evens the count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first to Dotel for 1-out single. It's a 3-0 ball game. High Point with the lead. Dotel's single here in the third, the first base hit thus far for York this evening, or this afternoon. 2-2 the count for Nelly. The pitch from Westfall swung on by Rodriguez, and he's popped up. Arroyo there, as well as Lomo. Morrison will call off Arroyo and put it away, and that will retire the side. So a base hit from Dotel, but nothing else for York, as it's scoreless for them through 3 straight. But the Rockers have a 3-0 lead as we head to the 4th. Top of the 4th and more coming up next on the Revs Radio Network.
I'm here with Kevin Smith from Smith Wealth Advisory Group of Janney Montgomery Scott, who was recently named by Forbes and the Financial Times as one of the best financial advisors not only in the state, but also in the country. Kevin, explain the meaning of your group's tagline, a wealth of knowledge about wealth.
We've built our reputation as one of the premier wealth advisors in the country for many reasons, not the least of which is our vast expertise about wealth in all its meanings and forms. Although traditionally wealth is viewed in a monetary context with all the challenges that entails, which we're fully equipped to address, true wealth has little to do with money. To me, being wealthy is more a state of mind centered upon happiness and contentment. It's memories and experiences with friends, family, and those you love. It's finding meaning and purpose, pursuing passions, chasing dreams, and embracing life for all it has to offer. That's the type of wealth our clients long for and that we help them achieve.
You've noted that your group is guided by a quote by Henry David Thoreau, wealth is the ability to fully experience life. Tell me more about that.
It's so true. Being wealthy is really about experiencing the richness of life itself. When you think about it, it's not ultimately money that matters, but what money can do. We help our clients educate their children and grandchildren so that they can have promising futures. We help them retire comfortably, support worthwhile causes, and endow meaningful legacies. We help them age with dignity and so much more.
For all your financial planning, investment, and wealth management needs, contact Smith Wealth Advisory Group at 779-2769 or at smithwealthadvisory.com. Smith Wealth Advisory Group, helping you fully experience life. Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
Take us on the go with the new WOYK app. Download on the Apple and Google Play stores today. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Hey, top of the 4th here at PeoplesBank Park. Ray Jensen back with you. I love that song. Couldn't name you the tune of it. That was the first pitch from Duke Von Schaman to the catcher Moore. Thanks, Al. First pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0 the count. Good to hear Al Rose back on the PA. Had Logan Walsh last night. Did a terrific job as well as the 1-0. No miss for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes for Logan Moore. Moore reached on a double last inning and later scored an RBI sac fly from Giovanni Alfonso a couple batters later. The 2-0 from Duke. Swung on by Moore and a dribbler right towards the mound. Duke comes off, throws over to first. Plenty of time to retire Moore for out number 1. Duke having to work around a couple of walks in the second inning. Giving up 3 hits this far, but able to keep Moore in check there for out number 1. Brings up Edwin Arroyo, the second baseman for High Point today. Grounded out to first base for the first out in the second. The former Chicago Dog steps in to face Duke. Shaman overhead lift and fires the first pitch. Called strike in the upper half for strike 1, 0 in the count to start Arroyo. Duke now steps, fires the 0-1. It's upstairs and away for ball 1. Moves the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. Duke, before coming to York, spent his 2 seasons prior to with Joliet Slammers of the Frontier League. Went 5-8 with 4.06 ERA for the Slammers in 2017. Next pitch, swung on by Arroyo. Ground ball to second base. Vitter has it. Vitter throws over to Rodriguez in plenty of time to retire Arroyo for out number 2. So after a shaky first and second, Duke has really refocused. Producing a lot of soft contact now here in the third and the fourth. Gives up Jacob Edmondson for the second time. Worked a walk. Went out back in the second. Was stranded on second to end the inning. After he reached second on a throwing error. Batting from the left side, Edmondson against the righty Duke Von Schaman. First pitch from Von Schaman misses slightly away for a ball. 1-0 the count. We start Edmondson. 0 for 1 last night. Only got really one at bat before the double hook rule was put in place. This is the 1-0. Swung on and missed by Edmondson for strike one. 1-1 the count now for the Rockers DH. His stem did not last very long last night in his start for High Point. Just 3 innings for him. So the Revs able to score 5 times on him. 1-1. Swung on and missed once again by Edmondson for strike 2 this time. Edmondson being really fooled by Von Schaman's movement. He has had wonderful stuff at that of his breaking pitches today. 1-2 the count for the lefty as Von Schaman steps and fires. Swung on and missed. He struck him out in the second 1-2-3 inning for Duke this afternoon here in Game 1. He's looking good as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Still a 3-0 High Point lead.
Since 1934, PSECU has given Pennsylvanians financial opportunities to live a better life. We are a credit union who offers valuable free and low-fee financial products, broad lending options, and outstanding money management for financing life. At PSECU, we are proud of who we are and committed to who we serve because our Pennsylvania roots run deep. We are banking on a difference. Visit PSECU.com to join us. This credit union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration. Equal Opportunity Lender.
Hey Revs fans, now's your chance to win big with the Revs and Shipley Energy. This season, during every home game at PeoplesBank Park, it's the all-new Shipley Energy Grand Slam inning. Each game, 1 inning will be designated, and 1 name will be selected as the contestant. If the Revs hit a Grand Slam that inning, you could win $5,000. To enter, stop by Fan Services and fill out your form, or enter via the York Revolution app or YorkRevolution.com. Sign up today and win big with the Revs and Shipley Energy this season.
Belle, the Beast, and the enchanted world of Disney's Beauty and the Beast. Playing at the Dutch Apple Dinner Theater June 3rd through July 31st.
There goes the baker with his tray.
It's the classic tale you love when Belle meets the Beast. A young prince trapped under a spell with time running out for the curse to be broken. A show for the entire family. Call Dutch Apple Dinner Theater today at 717-898-1900 or visit DutchApple.com.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Home half of the 4th here at PeoplesBank Park, which the news was better score-wise, though, with its 3-0 lead for the High Point Rockers as the York Revolution come up for their 4th time of the afternoon. You're playing 2 7-inning games here on this Sunday after the rainout on Friday. It was the first rainout in Revs opening day history. So we had to start off the 14th season in Revolution play just a little later than we would have anticipated. It was a 5-0 win, or 5-2 win, pardon, for the Revs on Saturday. Now let's see what they can do with a 3-run deficit. Carlos Franco, Josh Vitters, Rashad Crawford due up for the Revs here in the bottom of the 4th. Franco's already reached safely, did so back in the 2nd. A leadoff walk worked against Luke Westfall, later made it as far as 3rd base, but was stranded there as the Revs left 2 runners on back in the 2nd. Revs have just been able to get 1 hit off of Westfall thus far. That came via Wellington Dotel back in the 3rd inning. First pitch to Franco. Oh my goodness, a shot to right field. Is it going to stay fair or foul? It is foul. That looked exactly like the home run he absolutely smashed in the exhibition game a couple weeks ago in Lancaster, but this one could not stay fair. Count starts 0-1 for Franco. Westfall, next pitch, upstairs for ball 1. 1-1 the count. He was not giving Franco anything to hit on that next one. Not after that shot to foul territory. 1-1 for the lefty Franco as the fellow lefty in Westfall deals. Upstairs and tight as Franco turned the shoulder away. Ball 2, 2 balls, 1 strike. Franco just 2 RBI shy of 500 in his pro career, currently in his 2nd season with York. Of course, arrived in June of 2019, and he absolutely made
an immediate presence, the 2-1. Upstairs and glance off the glove of Moore for ball 3 as it goes towards the backstop. Moves the ball. The count, 3 balls, 1 strike. Franco is a really highly regarded prospect in the Braves system, reached as high as number 13 on their list according to MLB.com back in 2013. Rated by Baseball America as the best infield arm in the Braves system back in 2012. The 3-1 from Westfall. Missed away, ball 4, and once again, Franco is on with a leadoff walk. That's now 4 walks worked by Franco in the first 2 games of the season. He'll take first base. 1 on, no one out for Josh Vitters. Struck out the first out and the second his last time up, but let's see what Vitters can do here again. And just like last night, his first plate appearance, he had the batting gloves. Now here in his second time seeing Westfall, bare paws. Maybe trying to wait for the hands to heat up a little bit with this weather before he goes barehanded. First pitch from Westfall. Swung on and missed by Vitters for strike 1. Put the gloves back on. 0-1. I'll have to ask maybe Vitters about that when I have the chance in the next day or so. Because it's an interesting routine. The 0-1. Swung on by Vitters and might drop into shallow right center field, and it does in front of Cesar Trejo, rounding second and heading towards third. That'll be Franco, and he slides in feet first. A tag applied, not in time. Base hit for Josh Vitters. The shallow right center that allows Franco to advance to third, and runners at the corners with no one out for one Rashad Crawford. Walk by Franco, followed by a base hit from Vitters. Runners at the corners for Rashad Crawford. He worked a walk his last time up back in the second, and then was cut down as part of a fielder's choice and into by Tyler Hill just a batter later in the second inning. We've seen Crawford have some pop in his bat in the spring and a little bit here as well in the regular season. The lefty on lefty matchup. Westfall versus Crawford. First pitch from Westfall. Tracks in a tad, but in there for strike 1. 0 in the count to start Crawford. Tyler Hill on deck. And Chris Vasquez following him. 3-0 High Point lead as the 0-1. Finds his own similar spot, I guess, for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes to count for Crawford. Runners at the corners, no one out. Prime opportunity for York as Crawford represents the tying run at the plate. Crawford ready. Westfall look over to the first at Vitters. Now up to the plate, the 0-2. Swung on and missed as Crawford down on strikes. It's now 8 strikeouts for the former Rev Luke Westfall. Crawford representing out number 1 on that strikeout.
The first 2 strikes, Ray, I mean, just watching from this seat over the years, those are 2 that the human often would not call a strike, but looking at it on StatCast, it had the plate.
Yeah, up in the zone, then low. And Tyler Hill, first pitch he sees from Westfall, takes it for ball 1, slightly away. Hill with a fielder's choice in the second, was stranded at first at the end of the inning. So Westfall showing some cracks. He's allowed 2 hits now to York. Well, some runners as the walks have continued for him as the 1-0. Dips low, too low in fact. Ball 2, 2 balls, no strikes. Walk to Franco, his 4th walk issued of the afternoon. So the count meanwhile for the Revs backstop Tyler Hill. Been impressed of his power that he's shown at times in the exhibition season and workouts is the 2-0. And again, and he's showing the eye as well. It's 3 balls and no strikes. Hill spending his first 2 years in the Empire League. Great numbers of Saranac Lake. 325 average, 47 games. Mark Mason personally seeing him play in the 2020 Empire League Series. The 3-0. Watches it go in the zone for strike 1. It's 3 balls, 1 strike to count now for Tyler. Mace selected Tyler Hill
as the very first player at the start of the series and offered him a contract with the Revs for 2021 after a 4-for-4 performance on September 16th. Passed the eye test, as Mace would put it. The 3-1. Swung on and missed by Hill for strike 2. Now runs the count full. Bullpen activity, meanwhile, for the Rockers. Nifi Ogando warming up for High Point. Did not see him last night. Now the payoff pitch from Westfall. Swung on and missed for strike 3 by Hill. That's now 9 strikeouts for Westfall, and out number 2 is Tyler Hill. Runner still at the corners, now with 2 outs on the board. And we leave things to Chris Vasquez. Vasquez impressive in his pro debut last night, 2 for 2 and 2 walks, though he was the 5th strikeout victim of Westfall back in the 2nd inning. That ended the inning, his strikeout. But a big spot for the new pro Chris Vasquez here. Franco at 3rd, following a walk and a base hit from Vitters, who's standing at 1st. Westfall, the first pitch. Swung on and missed as it was like Vasquez didn't really want to go, almost like a golf swing for him, but committed to it anyway. Westfall, just some wicked movement on that one.
Yeah, there have been some uncomfortable swings this inning and really all day. Vasquez might have been guessing there, and he got that slider.
0-1 the count to start Vasquez. The next pitch. This one more towards the top of the zone. Finds it, though, for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes the count for Vasquez. And this is looking like a little deja vu last night as the Revs had the bases loaded against reliever Ryan Chafee, and he came back to strike out the side. Runners at the corners, and Westfall a strike away from doing that. 0-2. Called strike 3, and my goodness, they did it again. Runners at the corners, and Westfall responds by striking out the side. That's now 10 strikeouts for Luke Westfall through 4 innings of work. We head to the 5th, still a 3-0 High Point lead.
Pennsylvanians are creating their own soundtrack. Thanks to PA Lottery Scratch-Offs, excitement's back. Pennies, nickels, dimes, or quarters, no matter your choice, scratching's always in order. With big top prizes and second chance drawings, thrills await. They're out there calling if it's excitement you seek and you're looking for action, play the PA Lottery. And keep on scratching. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
The York County Solid Waste Authority turns up the heat every day. On your garbage, that is. Advanced waste-to-energy technology is used to burn garbage at 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit in environmentally controlled combustion units. This reduces air emissions and produces electricity, enough to power 20,000 homes every minute of every day. Visit www.ycswa.com to learn more. In York County, garbage is power.
Shadowfax is committed to helping people with intellectual disabilities live an everyday life in their home and community. Currently, Shadowfax is seeking applicants with a passion for making a difference, one person at a time. Open positions include Residential Direct Support Professional, LPN, Day Services Community Participation Support, Residential Scheduler, Training Manager, and more. Shadowfax offers comprehensive benefits packages and a $1,000 sign-on bonus for most positions if hired before August 1st. For a full list of open positions and pay rates, visit shadowfax.org. Shadowfax, building relationships, creating possibilities. Shadowfax is an equal opportunity employer.
New FM signal, new website. Get features, live broadcasts, and on-demand game broadcasts and shows online at 989WOYK.com.
On to the 5th inning here in Game 1 of the 7-inning twin bill at PeoplesBank Park. First pitch from Duke Von Schaman to Giovanni Alfonso. Alfonso takes it for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Wish the news was better score-wise. 3-0 lead for High Point. Revs had an opportunity, had runners at the corners, but then Luke Westfall struck out the side to get out of that situation. The 1-0 from Duke, swung on by Alfonso. Ground ball and 2 hops played by Franco. Throw across the first. Plenty of time to retire Alfonso, for out number 1. Ray Jensen here in the call alongside Daryl Henry in the Revs Radio Network. We thank you for joining us here in this Sunday afternoon. Hope you're staying warm out there. Still a little chilly, reading 55 degrees in the Clippers Security Store's time and temperature board, but it feels colder than that, if you ask me. Cesar Trejo now up for his 3rd time. He has reached safely in both previous appearances today here in Game 1. Base hit the leadoff festivities in the first, later scored in the frame, walk in the second. First pitch from Duke, swung on and missed by Trejo for strike one. Start 0-1 in this trip. Trejo now with 3 hits on the year, 2 for 4 last night. Run scored and a walk worked. 0-1 the count as he steps back in. Duke overhead fires, 0-1. Catches his own for strike 2, no balls, 2 strikes the count as Duke quickly ahead of Trejo here, 0-2. Since the shaky first 2 innings, he has really focused in from there. As the 0-2 from Von Schaman. That's slightly upstairs and away for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Duke is 57 pitches now through 4 1/3. 1-2. Hung on by Trejo, and he fouls it off right at the plate as it dribbles up the first base line, but foul. Do it again in a 1-2 count.
That pitch right there, a good example of what Duke's done in the last few innings that's made him successful, working down in the zone with downward movement, bunch of ground ball outs. He's got 8 total, and 5 of the last 6 outs, 7 of the last 9 have all been on the ground.
Yeah, I might as well toss up the first 2 innings to first start jitters, because after that he's been wonderful. The 1-2. Swung on by Trejo. Look out! Schaman has to hit the deck, and it goes past the diving glove of Vitters as the ball trickles into right center for a base hit. Von Schaman had to go down quickly, went over his shoulder as he took a dive. Duke avoiding contact with the screaming liner right back at him. But Trejo now 2 for 2, 2 base hits and a walk worked. He stands at first of 1 out as James McOwen steps in. RBI double back in the first and a ground out in the second. It's now the 4th hit for High Point. The base hit from Trejo. Trejo going on the first pitch from Von Schaman. Slides in feet first to second, but Vasquez was not able to get the ball in the glove before he applied the tag. Kind of squeezed out of the glove before he turned to his left to try to get the sliding Trejo. Successful stolen base from Cesar Trejo.
A good throw from Hill. Had a good pitch to throw on, but Trejo timed Duke, kind of sold out. He didn't seem worried about a pick move. He was kind of gone almost before Duke lifted. Had a great jump.
12 stolen bases last year in the minors for Trejo. The 1-0. This is outside ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes now on McOwen. For High Point, they've done their damage in the first 2 innings only thus far. 2 runs on 2 hits in the first, and 1 run on 1 hit in the second for the Rockers. 2 of the count, meanwhile, for McOwen, a runner in scoring position of Trejo at second. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Next pitch, tackles inside for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Good move by Hill there to dive to his right to prevent it from going to the backstop. 3-0 the count. McOwen will have the green light. We'll see if he takes the next offering from Duke. Von Schaman with the glove at his side, just near the hip, now in front. Looks back, Trejo at second, now the 3-0. That's outside, ball 4, and a 4-pitch walk. Worked by McOwen. Duke in a little bit of trouble now, with runner at first and second. Trejo at second, McOwen at first following the walk. Now that's the 3rd walk issued by Von Schaman today. That ties his career high with York, which he set August 10th at High Point. He has 2 strikeouts, but prior to this 5th inning, getting a lot of soft contact, as Darryl mentioned. Now he'll face Logan Morrison, runner at first and second and 1 out. First pitch, Morrison swings at it, and a fly ball towards shallow right center field. Crawford screaming in, and it falls in front of him for a hit. Everyone just moves over a base as they bloop single for Logan Morrison.
Man.
Wasn't really hard hit, but the floor just kind of dropped out on that ball, Darryl, right as it trickled towards shallow right center. Crawford going back a long way. Vitters and Sanford were around the area as well, and just High Point hitting where the Revs' gloves are not.
Yeah, honestly, Duke, that's 5 base hits. I would say 3 have been hit hard. You know, you had the blue pit to start the game, and that got things off on the wrong foot. And then this one, that's a couple good pitches that he's made and has not had the result.
Yeah, we don't exactly have exit velo available to us at the time, but I would not wager any of those being in the triple digits. First pitch now to Jared Mitchell from Duke. Von Schaman inside. Actually gets to the inside of the zone for strike 1, pardon me. 0-1 the count to start Mitchell. Mitchell 0 for 2, strikeout and a ground out so far. He has not had a wonderful start to the year, but he reached safely with a walk last night. He's now 0 for 5 to start the season. Rev and Skeeter is Mitchell as he gets back in. With the two-tone bat, the lefty ready for the righty Duke to deliver. Looks back to second base with McGowan. Now fires the 0-1 upstairs for a ball, and Hill right up to his feet to look basically everybody back to their respective bases. Trejo at third, following a base hit to lead with one out, in the fifth, and a stolen base, and then reaching third on the blue single from Logan Morrison. McGowan at second after that single. Morrison of Kirst at first. 1-1 the count to Mitchell at the plate. 1-1. Just missed outside for ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike. Breaking pitch, not able to get the outside edge of the plate on the lefty Mitchell. 2-1 the count.
Yeah, that's the one today that, looking at it from here, you think is going to be called, and that's the one that they're not getting.
Shaman finds the grip, 2-1. Swung on by Mitchell. Hard hit foul ball, third base side out of play. That one might be going towards the Godoris. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Duke now at 68 pitches. I think I see some activity in the Rivs bullpen. Nifi Ogando was warming up earlier for High Point. It looks like they may have paused for a tad. 2-2 the count, meanwhile, for Mitchell. Bases are loaded. Next pitch, swung on by Mitchell, popped up. Franco and Hill giving it a look, but it's going to the stands, actually near the White Claw Terrace, in fact, as it bounces away and towards the upper rows. Do it again at a 2-2 count for Mitchell. Duke, more often than not in 2019, was able to get himself out of situations like this. 10-7 last year for 3.51 ERA. High Point not making it easy this afternoon. As the 2-2. That just dipped low for ball 3, and the count runs full for Mitchell. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. 1 out here on the board in the top of the 5th. High Point already leads 3-0, but a hit here, definitely the possibility to score multiple runs with Trejo speed at third, and McGowan's pretty spry himself at second. Now the payoff pitch. That misses, ball 4, and a run will come in.
Jeez.
Mitchell gets the RBI and the bases loaded walk as Trejo scores from third. Everyone else moves over one. McGowan at third now, Morrison at second, and Mitchell at first.
That looks so close from up here.
It really did, Daryl. I agree with you there. And it's not just Duke, as Westfall as well has had some troubles with figuring out TrackMan today. Now first pitch to Michael Russell, swung on and hit foul right to the Rockers dugout. 0-1 the count. I mean, it's a change for everybody. I mean, we're not trying to knock the technology at all, but, you know, we're getting strike calls that we're not used to seeing. Won the count to start the third baseman, who's 0 for 2 of 2 groundouts. Franco's way at third. The 0-1. And it was 2 inside and a tad low for ball 1. 1-1 the count now for Russell. Now 4 walks for Duke Von Schaman, a career high for him. It's not often he loses control like this, and it's not just control. I think he's just figuring out his grip today. The 1-1. Swung on by Russell, a ground ball to shortstop as Vasquez flipped to Vitters at second, covering to first. Is that in time? No. So they get the Mitchell out at second on what will be a fielder's choice, but a run does come in as McOwen scores. And the RBI fielder's choice from Russell. That'll make it. It'll be 5-0. High Point here in the 5th.
Yeah, I think it was just Vitters almost had the grip initially, but just not quite. It wasn't even a double pump. It was like just the slightest split second to get the grip to throw. And they'll be working on that with Vitters playing second, but really haven't had a chance to do it yet.
Well said, as now the first pitch to Logan Moore in there for strike one, 0 in the counts. Now runners at the corners. Morrison moved to third on the fielder's choice. Russell at first, standing with the RBI. Fielder's choice for him. That's now 3 RBIs for the series for Russell. Now a 5-0 High Point lead. Duke should go to first, keep Russell honest, gets a hand back in time.
And the other thing with Duke, Ray, I would be way more surprised if he had 4 walks in a game in August. I think a lot of it is first time out this year, such a short spring training. It's 50 degrees. I mean, he's trying to get the feel.
Next pitch, Miss Lowe going on the pitch is Russell, but no challenge from Hill as he lets it go. See if they give it defensive indifference or stolen base. Daryl, what's your call?
I would go steal.
Steal?
Game's not out of hand, but...
So both runners in scoring position now. Russell at second, Morrison at third. 1 ball, 1 strike to count for Moore. Next offering. On track inside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. I'll tell you what, to my human eye, TrackMan has kept me guessing, but it's an interesting transition. I'll tell you what, it's going to be an interesting Atlantic League season from start to finish, not just with the new technologies. The 2-1 misses away for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. The landscape, really, of the MLB partner leagues now will be changing. Everyone's going to have to go younger as more and more players are being signed by major league organizations, already up in the 30s here in the Atlantic League, and we're told it's even greater in the American Association. 3-1 the count, meanwhile, for Moore. Next pitch. Swung on, and he foul-tipped it in the glove of Hill for strike 2, and now Duke Von Schaman working the count back full on the catcher Moore.
Yeah, here it's been a lot of vets going straight to AAA, the American Association, a lot of younger guys to single A and whatnot, filling out those levels.
And the minor leagues is dealing with a lot of injuries. We're told it's 3 times the normal rate in the minors this year. Payoff pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. He struck him out and side retired. Not till 2 more runs cross for the High Point Rockers. It's a 5-0 High Point lead as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
Suffering from chronic pain, anxiety, or insomnia? CBD Supply MD York has the solution for you. Natural alternatives to pain relief while combating high prescription prices and deductibles. Our products are high quality, organic, and third-party tested. Family owned and operated, CBD Supply MD York is community and family oriented and the most trusted source and supplier of the highest quality Delta 8 and CBD products, including oils, ointments, vapes, gummies, and pet treats. Call us at 817-1097. That's 817-1097. Or stop in and see us at 3923 East Market Street in York. CBD Supply MD York. Your quality CBD supply in York.
Get ready to crush your goals. Join Crunch Fitness now for $1 and memberships starting at $10.99 a month. At Crunch, you get more of what you want. You can run, you can lift, you can train, you can jump, squat, lunge, dance, and hit it with us. And at Crunch, an obsession with so fresh and so clean means you can feel confident getting a safe workout. Join Crunch today and get 1 month free. Use code RADIO to claim your free month at crunch.com. That's the code RADIO at checkout to get 1 free month at crunch.com.
Come see why Jack GM Volvo has been York County's trusted new and used car dealer for over 50 years. In need of service for your vehicle? Get a free PA state inspection when you mention promo code Revs Baseball. 9 brands and 4 convenient locations. For more information and details, visit gmvolvo.com.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
This is Josh Vitters. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Rev, Sports Radio 98.9 and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
I'm on the home half of the 5th here at PeoplesBank Park. Ray Jensen here with you. High Point able to extend their lead just a half inning ago as 2 more runs crossed for them on 2 hits. They now lead 5-0 as they've scored 5 times on 5 hits. That looks familiar as the Revs did that after 1 inning in opening night yesterday. And here in Game 1 of the 7-inning twin bill at PeoplesBank Park on this Sunday, it's High Point's turn to do that. 5 runs, 5 hits, for them. But let's see what the Revs can do against the new pitcher, Nefi Ogando, as Luke Westfall has done. It'll be Darian Sanford to lead things off for York. Sanford, Dotel, Mesa. First pitch from Ogando. It's in there for strike one to start Sanford 0-1. Westfall's final line, 4 innings pitched, 2 hits, no earned runs, 4 walks, and 10 strikeouts for him. 0-1 from Ogando, swung on by Sanford, ground ball to second. Playable for Arroyo, gets it up on hop, throws over to Morrison in time to retire Sanford for out number 1 here in the 5th. On the point down, it brings up Wellington Dotel, who got the first hit for the Revs offense this afternoon back in the 3rd, a 1-out single to left field. Strikeout his other time up in the 1st. The 3-time Atlantic League All-Star steps in against Ogando for the first time. Ogando set at the waist, fires the first pitch. It's in there for strike 1. That's now back-to-back first pitch strikes for Ogando. Ogando has major league time with Philadelphia and Miami. 0-1, swung on him, fouled off by Dotel. Needs to count to no balls and 2 strikes. Ogando has spent 2 seasons in the major leagues, appearing in a total of 18 games. Spotless record of a 3.66 ERA. 10 strikeouts and 19 2/3 innings pitched. Ogando set. Fires the 0-2. Is in the dirt, and Moore blocks it to his right for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Ogando pitched for the Phillies in 2015, 4 total appearances. Miami 2016, that was the bulk of his major league time. Has made a total of 14 appearances. Just allowed only 4 earned runs in 15 2/3 innings. 1-2, misses away in the dirt. Count 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 for Dotel, ready for the open stance on the right side as he swings the bat above the plate, now ready. Ogando as well as he nods the sign from Moore. And here's the 2-2. This is the way, and the count will run full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ogando spending 2019 with Cleburne in the American Association. 34 total appearances, including 7 starts, is the 3-2. That'll miss high and tight, and it's a walk worked by Wellington Dotel for 1 out. Dotel on for the 2nd time this afternoon. 2nd time in 2 straight plate appearances, and he's on first base of 1 out and leaves Melky Mesa to the plate.
No shortage of walks. It's 5 today, 8 last night.
Now Westfall issuing 4. 4 matched at 10 strikeouts. Didn't really allow any ground balls till about 8th batter he faced. Ogando already a runner on. Dotel on with the walk. First pitch to Mesa from Ogando. Pitches the outside edge for strike 1 to start Melky 0-1. Mesa 0-for-1 thus far, worked a walk with 2 outs back in the 1st and struck out for the 2nd out in the 3rd. Ogando already set back of the waist, nods to the sign. Turns and fires the 0-1. Swung on and missed by Mesa as he tried to uppercut it for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes to count for Melky.
Seeing some big swings.
Both Ogando and Westfall showing a lot of movement. Thus far, fooling Revs hitters. They've been held to just 2 hits. Ogando steps, the 0-2. Is in the dirt for ball 1. We count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. With Cleburne in the American Association in 19, Ogando 4-5 record, 3.56 ERA, 61 strikeouts and a total of 65 2/3 innings. And the 1-2, swung on by Mesa, popped up foul as Moore ditches the mask, gives it a quick look before dismissing it. Unless he becomes Mr. Fantastic in 2 seconds, I didn't think he had a play on that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count remains for Mesa. Melky, since joining the Atlantic League as 2018, has led it in RBI, extra base hits, and total bases. 1-2. Is in the dirt, and Moore leaning to his right to snag that one. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count it is for Mesa.
He recognized it right away that time. Saw that slider earlier in the at-bat.
Mesa back in. Dotel with a modest lead from first base. Turning the 2-2 from Ogando. Swung on by Mesa. Fouls it off third base side towards the Rockers' dugout. We'll do it again at a 2-2 count. Ogando not paying much mind to Dotel. That's not what Westphal did in the third. He was throwing over there any chance he got. Try to get Dotel napping. 2-2 the count. Ogando delivers. Swung on, and Mesa. High fly ball tracking towards center field. Trejo going back. It looks playable for him. Now towards his right. Coming in a tad, and he will put it away to retire Mesa for out number 2. Mesa gave it a ride, but just not enough to get over the glove of Trejo in center.
Yeah, he was close. Just missed it. And hit it to the deepest part of the park. And I'd be shocked if, well, the ball is not carrying this weekend in these temperatures. There were 1 or 2 early in the game I thought might at least hit the wall on the fly and fell quite a bit short. But
yeah, certainly the power is there on this team to hit it past the fence with the 405 marker on it, but not that time for Mesa. Now Nelly Rodriguez in. 0 for 2 thus far this afternoon. First pitch. This is low for ball 1. 1-0 the count to start Nelly. Nelly a strikeout and pop out his last 2 times up today. Just trying to get something going as the Revs are currently being blanked 5-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. Been held to just 2 hits. Rodriguez ready for the 1-0. Obliged by Ogando, and a high fly ball now towards the same spot. Now in the warning track, Trejo able to track it down. Nothing able to get past his glove, it seems, out in center field this afternoon, as Rodriguez, just like Mesa, gave it an absolute ride but couldn't get there. Still a 5-0 lead for the Rockers after 5 innings. Darrell Henry takes over the play-by-play after this on the Revs Radio Network.
Hey, psst. Yeah, you want to buy some low-priced groceries? Just follow me into this well-lit Lidl grocery store. Here at Lidl, we buy in bulk and cut down on costs wherever possible. Then we pass the savings on to you. Trust me, everything's done totally legit and above board. Nothing to be worried about. Yep, Lidl's pretty great. It's just your run-of-the-mill grocery store, except with way lower prices. Lidl. Suspiciously low-priced groceries.
Planting a tree, putting in a mailbox, whatever your project, Columbia Gas reminds you to be safe and call 811 before you dig and know what's below. Safe digging is no accident. Call 811 at least 3 business days before you start your digging project, and your utility companies will come out to mark any underground lines near your work area. Calling 811 is free for Pennsylvania homeowners, and it's the law. For more information, visit ColumbiaGasPA.com.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
Listen live and on demand with the new WOYK app and online at 989WOYK.com.
Head of the 6th inning, 5-0, High Point leading it here in Game 1. Bruce Bell will come on, makes his Revs debut. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Man, I'll tell you what, Mesa and Nelly, the fly balls that they hit to center, Rodriguez, the one he hit, that thing was slammed to dead center. But on this day, and he's a guy, it could be like Antarctica, and he still has the power to hit it out of any stadium. But it just did not go to that part of the field anyway in these conditions. Revs still being blanked as we head to the 6th. Bell, he was impressive in the one exhibition game we saw here at home against Lancaster. 2 innings, 1 run, but finished really strong after an early run. And now makes his Atlantic League debut officially, and understand that we might see him start in Gastonia this week as Edwin Arroyo digs in. First pitch fastball, it is down and away, didn't miss by much. To the switch hitting Arroyo, who bats from the left. On the 1-0, and he swings and fouls it back against the screen. 91 on that fastball from Bell. And due to the rainout Friday, if Sanabia were to make his scheduled turn in the rotation, it'd be a day short. So probably see Bell on Wednesday in Carolina. The 1-1, and it is a little bit high. Arroyo has grounded out twice, and it's a shame the way that Duke's outing ended in that 5th inning, as he was getting a bunch of ground outs, had really settled in. It was a fastball down low. Von Schaman ends up at 5 innings, 5 runs on 5 hits. 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. And now the 3-1 pitch, it is up high. Leadoff walk for Arroyo. The ball that Trejo hit back at Duke that sent him to the ground, that was the first of 4 straight that reached, and followed a stretch of 8 straight retired. Kind of got High Point going again. They scored 2 more in the 5th. But first start coming in 50-degree temps. Von Schaman getting the feel again. I'm sure he'll get better and better. Trejo's been really the biggest pest. Here's Joe Johnson pinch hitting in the DH spot, and a ball down low. And he was warming up, so he might stay right into pitch, and they'll just bat him now. He is an outfielder and pitcher, making his pro debut coming from High Point University, as Bell misses up and in on him. 2 balls and no strikes. We saw in the preseason, Bell does attack. He goes right at guys, typically throws a lot of strikes from what we've seen. Pitch, and that's high. But today in these temperatures, it is not easy to have your best command. I'm not sure that anybody has yet this weekend. Now deals 3-0, and it is across for a strike. Johnson pinch hit last night, grounded out against Alberto Rodriguez. The 3-1, and it is right through there. Fastball strike to run it full. Runner on, nobody out, not going. Pitch is swung on, looped foul the other way. This will find the stands in left, and a barehand grab made. For it being 50 degrees, I am impressed with the turnout on this Sunday. It looks even fuller than last night with the mist. Here's the pitch and a swing and a foul upstairs, third base side. Johnson protecting toward the outside. Bell ready, delivers again, and a swing and a foul again. This one hit deeper, but way off to the left, past the light pole. Actually, with them going to their bullpen last inning, this is not any longer the DH spot that he's pinch hitting for. This is the pitcher's spot. But he might stay into pitch. Bell to the plate, and missed low. Now Johnson fights his way on, back-to-back walks. I give him some credit. Good at bat. Everything Bell threw, he fouled off. And eventually works his way on. 6th walk from Revs pitching in this one. And here's Alfonso. It's a 5-0 High Point lead here in the 6th. And Bell with the pitch. It is outside. Alfonso, a sac fly and a ground out so far. That was a 9-pitch at bat that Johnson had. As the next one is high and away, 2-0. And Mace will call time and head out and chat with Bell here. He's thrown 16 pitches and just 6 strikes.
June 16th is YMCA Member Appreciation Night.
Revs Baseball is brought to you by Wolf's Bus Lines, Penn State York, and by Highmark Health. Got game 2 coming up. Austin Nicely against Ricky Knapp in the 2nd game today. We'll hear from Revs President Eric Menzer between games. All the latest here as we get the new season started. MLB Partner League status, the new features here at PeoplesBank Park. Coming off a horrible year nationally and globally, and what it means to be back. All of that and more. Well, after the visit, a 2-0 count. Bell stretches and fires home, and there's a strike right down the middle. Bell, another one of the younger guys, turned 24 last day of January. 3rd pro season. Now the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball at 91, and Alfonso almost spun out. Bell, in his career, a 3.74 ERA entering the year. He was in the Pecos League initially, then the United Shore and Empire Leagues. 2-2, and it slides off the plate away. Got Bell and Hill, the 2 guys from that Empire League showcase last fall that Mays signed. Bell ready. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a line drive, right field. Crawford in, has to play it on a hop. And he'll fire into Nelly, who cuts it in the infield. Bases loaded, no outs on a single to right. Now, if he comes in and sells out for it and misses, you've got guys running all day. And that one coming down. It's a shame. Would have loved to have had just a little more carry on it, but recognized that it was going to land in front of him and had to do the safe thing and prevent any runs for now. Here's Trejo. First pitch fastball right down the chute for a strike. This guy has been a problem. On base all 3 times today. 2 singles, a walk, 2 runs, a steal. Started the game with a jam shot blue pit, starting a 2-run inning. Here's the 0-1. Fastball right there for strike 2. And in the 5th inning, he was the one that ended Duke's stretch of 8 in a row retired with that bullet right back at him. Sent him to the dirt. And that 1-out single sparked another 2-run inning. He is now 4 for 6 with 3 runs scored this season. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a foul tip to the backstop. High slider. Trejo, who topped out at single A with the Mariners. Venezuelan native. Bell the pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball right side. Nelly off the bag. He's going to throw home, and it's in time with Hill's foot on the plate. Throw beats Arroyo, and Nelly firing home gets the force at the plate for the first out. Now, good recognition and good instincts there, and he was in a good throwing position. That helps a lot with where that ball was hit. He was able to turn and get loaded up for an accurate throw, and it took him away from the bag. It would have been a long flip to Bell covering. Instead, he throws home for the force. Here's James McOwen. First pitch to the left-hand hitter misses away. Loaded now with one out. And officially the first time Trejo's been retired today. Here's the 1-0. Swing, and it's fouled off down the left field side and out of play. McOwen 1 for 2, RBI double, walk, 2 runs scored. The 1-1, fastball outside. 5-0 High Point here in the 6th. Bell trying to escape some trouble here in his Atlantic League debut and keep this deficit where it is. 2-1, swinging a ground ball right side, right through the hole. 1 run scores. They're sending Alfonso. Crawford's throw to the plate is late, and it's 7-0. 2-run single for James McOwen, who drives in his second and third of the game. Trejo goes to third base on it. Got another ground ball, but right through the opening on the right side of the infield. And that's where the 2 leadoff walks hurt. You can give up ground ball singles as long as no walks proceed, but that one hurts. Here's Logan Morrison, who looks at one outside. He is 1 for 2, sac fly today. Rockers have done a really good job of situational hitting in this one. Last night they were 1 for 9 in scoring possession, as the next one is a called strike inside corner. Today they're now 3 for 8, plus a couple sac flies, a couple other productive outs. The 1-1, and a ground ball past the diving Rodriguez at first. It's a base hit to right. Trejo scores. McOwen up to second, and it's 8-0 with 3 runs across. Logan Morrison drives in his second and has his second hit. And now they will pinch run for Morrison with C.J. Farias heading out, one of their 3 catchers that they're carrying.
C.J. Farias on first.
Well, the Rockers, a 2-run 5th and a 3-run 6th, have ballooned their lead. First and second with 1 out for Jared Mitchell. He's 0 for 2 with a bases-loaded walk last inning. First pitch fastball, it just missed away. Bell last year in that Empire League Series, 4-1 with a .293. He fires and Mitchell swings and fouls it straight back up top. He's tied for first in that pop-up league in wins, led the league in innings, third in strikeouts. Had a complete game and a postseason game to finish his short summer. He fires, and it is a little bit high. Native of Kentucky, 6-foot righty from Louisville. Not Louisville. Now the 2-1. And a fastball. There's a called strike. Louisville. Now fires. And way inside. That slider got away. Mitchell able to contort out of the way. Count goes full. I feel a little silly. At one point, I said, you know, in a strange way, I'm going to miss those 50-degree early season games because it's a rite of passage. Well, we got him. Payoff to Mitchell, and it's way outside. Ball 4. The third walk of the inning. And that'll be all for Bell as Mace makes his way to the mound. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts here in the 6th inning. 8-0. High Point has expanded their lead. And they'll have them loaded with 1 out. Alex Vargas coming in. And he'll try to get out of it when we come back.
There's a lot of talk out there about good health care. We all want a good plan. But step outside and take a good look at all those beautiful trees and shrubs in your yard. Do you have a plan to maintain their good health? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care has a veteran staff of 12 fully licensed and trained tree health care professionals to rely on, including 10 certified arborists and 3 PA certified horticulturalists. So don't let your trees and shrubs fend for themselves against Mother Nature. Visit heritagelawnandlandscape.com and get world-class care right in your backyard.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank has been serving the community for more than 155 years, always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make our communities great, and to you having a great time at PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey business owners, don't miss your opportunity to reach and meet local job seekers during the 2021 York Hiring Fair. In partnership with the York Revolution, Sports Radio 98.9, and York Cooperative Job Fair, the York Hiring Fair will be held at PeoplesBank Park on June 17th. Recruitment campaigns include radio advertising, social media, web, and in-person connections on the day of the event. Deadline to enter is June 1st. Space is limited. Register online today at yceapa.org.
Downtown's ready. Are you? The Revs play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Now Alex Vargas will make his Atlantic League debut. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. 8-0, High Point on top. 8 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Revs with no runs on 2 hits and 1 error. And Vargas just had Mace tell us in the pregame he really hates to bring a guy into a bases-loaded mess to start his season. That's what Alberto Rodriguez was asked to do last night. Vargas will now. Michael Russell, the hitter. First pitch fastball is down and away. Russell 0 for 3, 3 ground balls, but did pick up a ribby on a fielder's choice last inning. Also stole a base. 1-0, and he swings, hits it in the air, right field. Crawford measures it, drifting toward the line. Catch is made, throw coming in towards second. As McOwen tags from third and scores, the throw short hopped away, but Franco down the third base line there to intercept. But a third sac fly for High Point in this game, 9-0 now. They've had 3 sac flies, an RBI grounder. They've really done a great job of situational hitting when given the opportunity. And the 9th hitter this inning, Logan Moore, stands in. 1 for 3, double, runs scored. First and second, 2 outs, and the first one from Vargas rides inside to the left-hand hitting Moore. Now the Revs will gear up and try to get a split in Game 2. Austin Nicely's season debut. There's the 1-0, and a fastball missing low. Going up against Ricky Knapp in the second game. Moore today, 1 for 3, doubled and scored back in the second inning. Now the 2-0 pitch, and that misses high and away. Has not been the cleanest game, that's for sure. The Revs have issued 7 walks. Vargas behind on Moore, 3-0. Fires home, and it's down and in. That's walk number 8. Now, after receiving 8 walks last night, Revs have had the tables turned on them here in Game 1 today. And the 10th batter of the inning coming up, Edwin Arroyo, who started the inning with a free pass. Loaded with 2 outs here in the 6th. 4 runs home. First pitch, swinging and a line drive, left center, base hit. Mesa over, it's under his glove. A run home, here comes a second one. Mitchell had stopped at third, but will now come in. It'll be an RBI single and an error. And it's now 11-0 here in the 6th. Now Arroyo drives in 1, the second error of the day, both in the Revs outfield. Brings home the 6th run of the inning. And here is Johnson, who pinch hit and walked earlier in the inning. Back to him again, and a fastball, it's a strike, down and on the inside corner to the lefty. Well, every team has these. And a lot of times they are early in the season. Now the 0-1, and a swing and a pop foul, backing out of play. Now, this is by no means like a prediction or anything, but I'll just throw this out there. Evidently, the level of play, the cleanliness in like AA and AAA early this year has left a lot to be desired from what I've heard, as this one is fouled away left side, and the vast majority of guys haven't played in a year and a half. Had a really clean game last night from the Revs side of things. Another 0-2 to Johnson, and a check swing. He went around, slider buried inside. Hill will apply the tag to end the inning. But High Point scores 6 times to really bust this thing open. 3 hits, or 4 hits make that. 1 error, 2 men left. It's 11-0 Rockers as we go to the bottom half of the 6th.
The 1741 Club is here. You in? PeoplesBank Park introduces a revolution in hospitality in York. The 1741 Club, presented by UPMC. Now open on the skybox level of PeoplesBank Park, the 1741 Club features stylish design and contemporary decor, all-inclusive food and beverages, and totally flexible ticket purchase options. The hottest spot in York is the place to entertain and thank customers, reward employees, celebrate family occasions, or simply treat yourself to an all-inclusive experience at the ballpark. Nightly menus include enhanced classics and a rotation of special offerings, and house selections of draft beer and wine and a full range of non-alcoholic beverages are included in the ticket price. 1741 Club tickets are available for individual purchase through 3 levels of membership or as season tickets, and they can be used for any of the York Revolution's home games based on availability. The 1741 Club, presented by UPMC. You in? Details and pricing at 1741club.com.
Shadowfax is committed to helping people with intellectual disabilities live an everyday life in their home and community. Currently, Shadowfax is seeking applicants with a passion for making a difference, one person at a time. Open positions include Residential Direct Support Professional, LPN, Day Services Community Participation Support, Residential Scheduler, Training Manager, and more. Shadowfax offers comprehensive benefits packages and a $1,000 sign-on bonus for most positions if hired before August 1st. For a full list of open positions and pay rates, visit shadowfax.org. Shadowfax, building relationships, creating possibilities. Shadowfax is an equal opportunity employer.
Get the latest on the Orioles with the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by Dan Connolly. Mondays at 6 on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
11-0 High Point, leading here in the 6th inning in Game 1. Joe Johnson, who pinch hit, he's a two-way guy, does indeed stay in to pitch. Carlos Franco, Josh Vitters, Rashad Crawford to face him this inning. Trying to get a little something positive going before turning the page to Game 2. Joe Johnson at High Point University, 31 appearances on the mound. He fires to Franco, and it is over for a strike. 112 games played, outfielder and pitcher. Is from North Carolina, Benson, North Carolina. And the 0-1, that is outside, changeup sailing. Franco has walked twice today and 4 times in the first 2 games. 1-1, swing and a miss. Fastball at 89. Johnson finished his college career this spring as a grad student, led High Point University in hits. Now deals, and a swing and a foul out of play, third base side. Played his final college game 9 days ago. And now here he is in the pros. He deals, and a swing and a miss. High changeup, and Franco swings through it. That was the 11th strikeout. For High Point pitchers today, it is like a 180 from last night's stat-wise. Rebs who received 8 walks have issued 8 today, and the Rebs who struck out 11 rockers have now been struck out 11 times today themselves. Here's Vitters, who's 1 for 2. First pitch, fastball, it is just outside. Johnson, who was a starting pitcher for High Point U 2 years ago, weekend starter, one of their top guys, fires and a swing and a high fly ball, left field. McGowan circles it, settles under it, in a couple steps, and puts it away. And of course, last spring there was no college baseball.
Right fielder, Rashad Crawford.
With 2 down, Rashad Crawford coming up. Rebs Baseball on WOYK, brought to you by Penn State Hershey Children's Hospital, Fast Signs, and by Sheets. Crawford a walk and a K. And Johnson to the plate, and a swing and a bouncing ball to first. It stays low, but down to grab it is Farias, who stayed in to play first, and he'll sprint to the bag to end the inning. As the Revs go down in turn in the 6th. We'll head to the 7th here in Game 1. It's an 11-0 High Point lead.
You get in your car, and you start your car. You put the car in gear, and you go nowhere.
What the?
Because your transmission has failed, or you try and put it in gear and it makes an awful grinding noise, or you put it in gear and take off, but when it's time for the transmission to shift, the RPMs just go higher, but you aren't gaining any speed.
Dang it!
Now you've heard of the good-looking genius and the crew at Broadway Transmission, right here on the radio. But now all you have to do is go to www.broadwaytrans.com to arrange a tow right from the website, and in a flash, your vehicle is on its way to the recovery, and with the best tracked warranty in the industry. Easy financing, free towing with repairs, AAA authorized, and the most recommended family-owned transmission shop around since 1951.
Broadway Transmission will get your shift together and stand behind it too. Visit us on the web at broadwaytrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
I felt like my well-being was tied to the morning stock numbers. I wanted to invest, but grew tired of the stress of potential losing it all. A friend of mine suggested I talk to Tom Dasher about a fixed index annuity that could be a stable option while still seeing potential growth. Tom has been helping folks here in York County for over 30 years. Give him a call at 717-487-2096 to see if he can assist you.
New FM signal, new website. Visit us online at 989WOYK.com and take us on the go. Download the new WOYK app today.
Head to the 7th, 11-0 High Point leading here in Game 1. Second game coming up about 30 minutes after the first. Revs Baseball also brought to you by Encompass Health and Performance Food Service. J.R. DiSarcina will bat. He must have come in to play short last inning. First pitch is chopped left side. Franco to his left. He gloves, fires in the dirt, and Nelly again makes the pick. Backhand sweeping scoop. He's played a really good first base. And one out on one pitch. But here in the 7th, Vargas still on the mound. DiSarcina was not listed as a pinch hitter there, so must have been in last inning. Here's Trejo at the top. First pitch fastball from Vargas is in for a strike. Trejo 2 for 3, 3 runs scored. Also on via a walk, has stolen a base, has had a big opening weekend. Here's the 0-1. And that's down low. He's now 4 for 7 at the plate with 4 runs. And now time is asked for. I guess PJ McConville, the plate ump, is saying he must have lost his TrackMan signal. I don't know. Coming over to the coordinator, who's on hand. Hopefully it's not on the same internet that I was on earlier today. That might explain it. Max Povsey, the 6'8" right-hander, former Seattle Mariner, is up in High Point's bullpen. And now we're ready to go. Here's the 1-1. And that misses low. High Point's got 10 relievers listed, including Johnson, who's also listed as a bench position player. The 2-1. Oh, look out. Oh, it hit him on the front arm. 92 from Vargas, and it got away inside, drilled him on the meat of the arm. And Trejo will head to first base. Not the way he wanted to get on again, but he is on again. Revs only have 8 relievers listed. High Point's got 10. Rockers do have 27 active. The Revs with 25 active. Well, they give Trejo a moment to regain the feeling in the rest of his limb. And here's McOwen. First pitch. That is, oh man, down and in, and it bounced past Hill's glove, I think. Got the plate ump in the chest protector. He didn't flinch. He's fine, and Trejo moves up on the wild pitch. The plate ump did his best to block it, but Trejo saw it and took off. Easily makes it. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a bouncing ball, right side. Vitters lays out and can't reach it. Into right field. Trejo stops at third. And McGowan is on with his third hit. He is 3 for 4. Has scored 3 and driven in 3 already. And a lot of big games in High Point's lineup here in Game 2 of the season. That one a seeing eye hit, but counts just the same.
C.J. Farias.
Now here is C.J. Farias. He pinch ran last inning and scored his first at bat of the year. First pitch is a fastball. It's a called strike. He started and stopped. And this is Farias' first professional at bat. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. He went to one of their preseason camps and was signed from there. Now the 0-2. And a swing and a comebacker. Vargas has it. Throws high. Did Vasquez drag the bag? He did, and he fires to first. Double play. 1-6-3 double play. The first twin killing turned by the Revs this year. Sharply hit comebacker. Vargas' throw sailed a little, but Vasquez, big time play. Stretching and keeping a toe on the bag. No runs, 1 hit. 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 7th in Game 1. It's 11-0 High Point.
Many ancient cultures believed our feet to be the source of well-being. In fact, from the moment humankind first stood upright, our feet have been our most fundamental connection with the earth. At Flying Feet, we strive to strengthen that connection with a selection of summer footwear that are fashionably appealing, orthopedically correct, and most importantly, comfortable.
Flying Feet.
Since we introduced them, OOFOS has been the hottest brand of thongs, slides, and clogs on the market. Lightweight and fashionable, OOF foam technology absorbs 37% more impact than traditional foam footwear materials. Less stress on your feet and joints means OOFOS all-day comfort. Now Flying Feet introduces New Sole. These American-made thongs and slides are soft, lightweight, and super comfortable. Their supportive footbed addresses a variety of foot ailments. New soles are especially good for water fun as they float, are non-porous, and slip-resistant. See all of the men's and women's styles available for your summer fun at Flying Feet.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes, the sportswear specialty store without specialty prices. 1511 Mount Rose Avenue behind Domino's Pizza, just off exit 18 of I-83.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Listen live and on demand with the new WOYK app and online at 989WOYK.com.
Head to the last of the 7th. Revs trailing 11-0 here in Game 1. 6'8" right-hander Max Povsey is the new pitcher for High Point. And he will look to finish this one off. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Another North Carolina guy from Cary, North Carolina, played at UNC Greensboro and has 3 games of big league time under his belt. Was up with Seattle in 2017. Tyler Hill will be the first to face him. And then we'll put this one behind us and get ready for Game 2. Hill, Vasquez, and Sanford here in the 7th inning. And Povsey's first pitch is taken high by Hill. He's hit into a fielder's choice and has struck out. Now the 1-0. And a ground ball, left side, cut off at third. Russell spins, he sidearms and got him. Beautifully done. And 1 away. Off the bat, looked like Hill might have his first Atlantic League hit. But Russell had other ideas. Showing some range there. They had a good third baseman 2 years ago, Hector Gomez, who I believe is in Mexico now, if I'm not mistaken. Either that or a major league organization, but that was a strong spot for them a couple of years back in their inaugural year as Chris Vasquez takes a strike. 2 at-bats today, 2 strikeouts. He did just turn that nifty double play in the top half of the inning. Here's the 0-1. And that's in tight, has to spin away. And the 1-1. And that's bounced up there. Tomorrow night at 6:30, Austin Steinfurt against Bryce Hensley. The pitch, that's up and in. Kind of close to Vasquez's hands, but he really didn't bail. He stood in there. Just protected him back in tightly toward his chest. Now the 3-1 pitch, and it clips the outside corner, called strike. Tomorrow's Salute to Military Service, Hunger Free Monday, presented by insurance agent Frank Rossi. Now the 3-2, and it is off the plate away. So Vasquez reaches for the 5th time in 2 games, his 3rd walk. Revs only have 2 hits. That is their 6th walk. And here's Sanford at the top. Today, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. And tomorrow night, if you bring a non-perishable food item for the York County Food Bank, you'll get 2 ticket vouchers to a future game. Pitch to Sanford, a swing and a nubber foul behind the plate. And then we'll be on the road for 9. 3 at Gastonia, 3 at Lancaster for their home opener. Off day next Monday, and then 3 at Southern Maryland before returning home Friday, June 11th for a 12-game homestand. Pitch to Sanford is dribbled foul over toward Figuera, who's on deck. Two strikes to Darien. 6'8" Povsey facing the 5'8" Sanford. And the 0-2. Swinging a high fly to right. Mitchell is under it, waiting. Hardly has to move. He walks under it and makes the play. Revs down to their final out in game 1. And Edwin Figueroa will bat. Grounded out last night as a pinch hitter.
Coming in, number 4, Edwin Figueroa.
And he'll pinch hit here in the pitcher's spot. That was Dotel's DH spot until Mace went to the bullpen. Wellington had one of the 2 hits. Vitter's the only other one. Now here is Figueroa, his second at bat. First pitch fastball. It is just low. Figueroa, 5 years in the Cardinals system. He was just signed on Friday after Calixte was picked up, as the next one misses high. And Andrew Dundon signed yesterday after Twine was picked up. A couple of quick additions. And this revolving door that's been the Atlantic League so far. The pitch. Swing and a line drive, left field, base hit. Figueroa with his first Atlantic League hit on a line drive, single to left. Just the 3rd hit of the game for the Revs. And he was right on that one.
Left fielder, Melky Mesa.
A 259 hitter in 303 games in the Cardinals system, couple of years in the 280s. He could be a really good late preseason find. I mean, literally the day of the scheduled opener. Here's Melky Mesa as Povsey has a 2-seamer tail in off the plate. Mesa 0 for 2 with a walk. It's now 1 for 7 to begin the year. Here's the 1-0. And that misses high. Obviously, with the double hook, we're going to have a ton of, we're going to shatter records. Like, it won't even be close. Records for most pinch hit appearances. Here's a swing and a bouncing ball to third. Off the end of the glove of Russell. Trickles into left. Shutout's going to be broken up. Throw home late. And Vasquez scores 11-1. And there will be no shutout today. It's an error on Russell, who went to his left trying to cut it off. And he punched it right off the end of his glove, past the shortstop, D. Sarcina, and into left. So it won't be a clean sheet for the Rockers in Game 1. Their first error and their first run allowed. And here is Nelly with first and second. He's 0 for 3. Flied out to deep center field last time, and a breaking ball started in and stayed in. 1 ball and no strikes. If this were a normal late spring, almost summer day, I think Nelly's would have cleared in center 2 innings ago. The 1-0, and he swings and pounds a foul down off his foot. Probably would have gone right up that driveway in center field. 2019, the Revs for the entire season were 2 for 4 in pinch hitting. 1 for 2 now through 2 games this year. 1-1. It is down and away. Now the pitch. Swinging a bouncer foul down past Polo. And down to their final strike here in Game 1. 11-1 the score. Obviously a former third-round pick of Atlanta. Now he deals, and it is a little low. Moore tried to frame it upward, but Trackman can't be framed either. Just not going to fall for it. 3-2. Runners can get some leeway here with 2 outs. And here it comes. And a swing and a well-hit ball to deep left center. Trejo on the move and can't get it. Bounces up over the LED boards into the playground. That'll cost the Revs 1 run, but 1 run does score. It's 11-2. Nelly Rodriguez, the ground rule RBI double to deep left center. And that thing bounced out to the deep part of the playground, out near the batter's eye. That's another one that on a summer day is off some playground equipment. But it is not carrying today, certainly in this weather. But good to see a little noise here before we flip the script to game 2. And for Nelly, he drives in his first in a Revs uniform and has his 3rd hit and his 2nd double here in the first 2 games. Would have driven in 2 if not for it bouncing over. Mesa had to go back. 2nd and 3rd for Franco, who looks at a first pitch strike. Franco 0 for 1 with 2 walks, and to begin his season, he's now 0 for 4 with 4 walks. Would like to add a hit to the mix. The pitch, it is taken low. The 1-1. Swinging a bouncer down to first. High hop off Farias's glove and into right. Mesa scores. Nelly coming home. It's 11-4. And it'll be a bad hop, 2-run single for Carlos Franco. There's his first hit of the year. And for Franco, it's RBIs number 499 and 500 in his pro career. It took a hop up off Farias's glove. He's listed as a catcher and playing in his first pro game. Could not adjust to the high hop that it took. Now Franco will take it. And it's 11-4. Not the cleanest way to get that milestone, but 500, that's a pretty big number. Here's Vitters. He lays off down and away. And his first hit this season. Drove in 55 for the Revs last year. PJ McConville spazzing, trying to let the manual scoreboard know it was a strike. As Vitters foul tips one straight back, and it caroms straight up off the backstop, 0-2. He almost caused Popsy to not throw the pitch because he was signaling so frantically. Now the 0-2 to Vitters, breaking ball, sails away. Popsy at one point was traded to Seattle along with Rob Whalen from Atlanta. Pitch to Vitters, a swing and a miss. Breaking ball gets him, and that'll do it. Just mentioning Whalen because he was in the Atlantic League briefly. But High Point wins it. 11-4 is the final score. Popsy ends it with a strikeout. Revs do score 4 times in the 7th inning and break up the shutout, but it'll be a 1-1 start through 2 games, and we'll head to the clubhouse, eat some orange slices or whatever, granola bars, and get ready for Game 3 of the season and Game 2 today coming up in about 30 minutes. For the Revs in the 7th, 4 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 man left. 11-4 your final score. Stay tuned. Post-game show is coming up next.
Everything you've worked for may be facing a hostile takeover, but step outside the boardroom and look around. Not taking care of business right now could leave you dealing with a hostile takeover by crabgrass later this summer. And broadleaf weeds are just beneath the surface, ready to take their share of your turf too. Prevent hostile takeovers. Call Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care and give your lawn a good, healthy start this year. Heritage Lawn can apply crabgrass pre-emergent and quality fertilizer now to fortify your lawn for later. HeritageLawnandLandscape.com. World-class care right in your backyard.
Tee off this season on the best layout in Pennsylvania and experience Royal Manchester Golf Links, bringing you to the coast of the British Isles while never leaving your backyard. Our unique Pure Links layout in the rolling hills of York County gives golfers an experience like none other, featuring 18 pristine holes with picturesque views of the countryside and consistently ranked one of the top public courses in the state. Also offering outings and event bookings. Book your tee time today at 717-268-0490 or nab our online specials at RoyalManchesterGolfLinks.com.
Can't get enough of the birds? Sports Radio 98.9 and 1350 WOYK has you covered. Join us all season on Mondays at 6 for the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by award-winning Orioles and National Baseball writer Dan Connolly from The Athletic Baltimore. Exclusive in-depth interviews, plus the latest insight and analysis on the Orioles every week. Talking baseball and the birds every Monday at 6. The Baltimore Baseball Show on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. Take us on the go with the new WOYK app. Download on the Apple and Google Play stores today. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Revs fall in Game 1, 11-4, the final score. I got a message from Sue, who cooks for the team, and orange slices, it is not. It's probably like filet mignon that she's cooking up for the guys between games. I should know better than that. But 11-4, the final in Game 1. Austin Nicely is out, beginning his pregame stretching for Game 2. They're going to switch to the black jerseys for the first time this year in the second game coming up. But we'll recap this one as these two teams are 1-1 now through the first 2 games of 120 here in 2021. And it was the Rockers who got off to the early lead, 2 runs in the top of the first inning. And it all started with Cesar Trejo, who was a real thorn in Game 1 and has been so far this weekend. He reached base 4 times in Game 1. And Duke Von Schaman, making his season debut, had gotten ahead 1-2, jammed him on a bloop, but it found open grass and shallow right for a bloop base hit. James McGowan was the next hitter, RBI double to right field, made it 1-0. And Trejo, who ran right through the stop sign, but did not pay for it because the throw-in missed the cutoff man, and it was not the cleanest start to the day for the Revs. A wild pitch followed, which put McGowan at third, and that allowed him to score on a Logan Morrison sac fly for a 2-0 High Point lead. Luke Westfall making the start, and in the bottom of the first inning, his pitch count was sky high through 4. It was over 80 because he had a bunch of walks and a ton of strikeouts, but in the first inning, 4 batters, none of them put it in play. 2 strikeouts, then a walk, and then a third strikeout, striking out the side in the first inning to begin his season. In the second, the Rockers made it 3-0. Logan Moore leading off with a double to right field. Edwin Arroyo's ground ball moved him to third. He would score from there on a Gio Alfonso sac fly to make it 3-0. Revs had a couple of walks in the bottom of the second inning to threaten, but Westfall struck out 2 more. Duke Von Schaman did settle in. He went 1-2-3 in the third, got a great play from Franco at third as part of that inning. and then 1-2-3 in the fourth inning as well. And he was certainly winning the pitch count battle. Just 52 through 4 innings. Westfall had 83 through 4 innings, but Westfall struck out 2 more in the third, giving up just a Dotel single. And after a walk to Franco and a Vitters single in the fourth, put runners at first and third. Revs had a chance there to maybe cut into that 3-0 deficit and change the complexion of this game. Westfall struck out the next 3, striking out the side. And for the second time in as many games, the Revs threaten in the bottom of the fourth inning and have the opposing pitchers strike out the side to leave runners on base. And then in the fifth inning, the game took a turn for the worse. Von Schaman got a quick first out on 1 pitch, had retired 8 straight to that point, but Cesar Trejo, then our Kochman Kunkel Insurance Group player of the game, here in game 1, hit a bullet back at him, sent him to the ground. And I would not pontificate that may have rattled Duke. He's a pretty tough guy, but it ended the streak of 8 straight. He's lucky he didn't get hit by that ball, but that line drive single began a streak of 4 straight that reached base. A walk, another bloop single, and then a bases loaded walk followed. And then a ground ball fielder's choice that produced a second run that inning and made it 5-0. Von Schaman went 5. He was charged with 5 on 5 hits. He walked 4, struck out 3. And in the bottom of the 5th inning, Nafi Ogando came in, went scoreless in his season debut, allowing just a walk. In the 6th inning, High Point put the game on ice. Bruce Bell in his debut struggled with command. He walked the first 2. Then a single loaded the bases. Fielder's choice got him the first out at the plate, but James McGowan, a 2-run single. Logan Morrison, an RBI single. And then a third walk from Bell ended his outing. Alex Vargas came in. He went an inning and 2/3 scoreless, but did allow a couple inherited runs, a Russell sac fly, and an Arroyo RBI single. And High Point closed out its scoring. Joe Johnson went 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 6th inning, and then Max Pobsey came in the bottom of the 7th, got the first out before walking Vasquez, got the second out. But then Edwin Figueres singled to keep the game alive. Melky Mesa reached on a run-scoring error, which broke up the shutout. Nelly Rodriguez ground rule double to deep left center, scored a run. Carlos Franco, 2-run single to right field, drove home 2 more, and gave him his first hit of the year and his first 2 RBIs, giving him .499 and .500 in his pro career. But far too little for this one, as High Point wins it 11-4, and a 1-1 start as the Revs will go for the doubleheader split and try to get the leg up in this season opening series coming up in Game 2. Right now, as part of our Sunday Fun Day presented by Wise Markets, kids are running the bases between games here today. Yeah, we'll have Austin Nicely against Ricky Knapp coming up here shortly. But Ray, it was after last night's performance, really crisp in the opener. Today kind of went the other way, but you're going to have that. You're especially going to have that early in the season. And, you know, I don't want to predict that it's going to be this way, and I don't want to make excuses either, but I think it is worth mentioning many of these guys haven't played much, if at all, in the last year and a half. And from what I've heard, at even the AA and AAA level, there have been some uglier games than normal early in the season. So I wouldn't expect it every night, but for it to happen every now and then, probably to be expected here until we really get going.
Yeah, I agree. Not to make any excuses, but yeah, we saw a little bit of the rust that is still kind of hanging on, not just us, but the Rockers as well, because they did not play a perfect game in the field either. So it's just one of those games where it was messy at points on both sides. And the one thing that was really encouraging for me is that the Revs did not go quietly in the 7th. They put things together. They capitalized on the Rockers' mistakes. Melly Rodriguez and Carlos Franco showed that even when the chips are down, they can still deliver and run scoring moments. And just a lot of positive things despite the deficit for the Revs today. Duke Von Schaman is, of course, going to recover fine and be better in his next start. He's shaking off some rust still. And Bruce Bell and Alice Vargas got their first taste of Atlantic League regular season baseball. Weren't too bad. They're only going to get better as well, in my opinion. And the Revs showed fight. That's what really mattered at the end of the day.
Well, an 11-4 win for High Point. We'll take a break between games, check the scores from elsewhere here on this Sunday, and then we'll hear from Revs president Eric Menzer for our opening weekend interview coming up, as we still have another game ahead of us here today, and we'll continue on here between games from PeoplesBank Park right after this.
Spring is in the air, and Harvey's Rental can get you prepared for what's ahead. With the biggest selection of steel products on the market, Harvey's Rental will get you set for your next home project. From lawn and garden equipment, pressure washers, post hole diggers, and more, Harvey's Rental has it all. Have a special get-together or graduation coming up? Harvey's Rental has what you need to make your party memorable. Visit them in person at 1409 South George Street in York or online at harveysrental.com.
When you work with an independent insurance agent, you put the power of choice to work for you. Independent agents know several companies and their coverages, which means more options. And because companies like Donegal Insurance Group use the independent agent system, you not only get quality insurance, you also save money. The independent insurance agent system. Discover the power of choice. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
We here at Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK are thinking about expanding our programming. So let me bounce some ideas off of you. How about we air some Southern Maryland Blue Crabs games?
It's the worst thing I've ever heard.
How about the Long Island Ducks?
It could be anything really, but that is horrible.
How about the Barnstormers?
To replace it with anything would be horrible, but this stuff is even worse than horrible.
Okay, we get it. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, your home for the York Revolution.
You're on York's home for Sixers basketball. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
PeoplesBank is happy to sponsor the home of the York Revolution, PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank has been serving the community for more than 155 years, committed to helping their clients achieve their dreams and live confidently. That commitment continues at PeoplesBank Park, with Revs games, concerts, events, youth sports, and much more. We're proud to partner of the York Revolution, and we look forward to seeing you at PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank, member FDIC,